Like, I don't know where that went, but ay, dude. Yeah, he's just gonna spawn right next to me? Alright. So far away from that, that's funny.
Oh, one more. Am I lagging already? Come on, guys. I'm just gonna ignore him for now.
Like, I just spawned.
This map is so bad with all the kill streaks and like nades and shit, bro.
Yeah, every map is bad with kill streaks. This is the point of them, to fucking ruin everybody's day. Granted, they ruin both sides, in my opinion. I mean, they're good if you just want to win.
That was just
Not bad. Get my tech.
You're halfway to mission complete. Stay sharp. Charlie.
You didn't die?
System online.
I fucked that up. That was on me.
Enemies taking Alpha. Tasking. Securing objective Charlie. Enemy securing Alpha. Enemy UAV active.
Covering your six.
Alpha.
On top of the scoreboard with a fucking pistol. Come on here. There's fire everywhere.
Bravo. UAV in the area. Securing Alpha. Enemy securing Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. Objective.
Unlucky.
We're taking Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. Enemy securing Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo. We hold all objectives.
Yo, are you guys having fucking packet bursts, bro? That shit's awful.
UAV overhead.
You mean the shit servers or shit?
Taking Alpha.
Yeah, it makes me fucking lag and shit. It's better now.
Man, the servers have never been good.
Yeah, it's fucking Call of Duty, so.
Objective Bravo secure. UAV active.
Am I level 13 yet on this?
Two objectives secure.
It's kind of crazy if I'm not level 13 yet on this.
Securing Bravo.
Thing does not, just doesn't kill, man.
Securing objective Bravo. Enemy Bravo secure.
Oh, you just fucked me up, man. You just come sliding in.
I got your back. Watch your fire.
Securing Alpha. Bravo.
Changing mags. Objective Bravo.
Fuck you, bitch. You're gonna start coming from that direction now.
Strike on the way.
Okay. Oh.
Bravo. Enemy taking Charlie. We're taking Bravo. Mission complete.
There's no way it's... I really only get it out that much. That's crazy. There's no way. That's nuts. I got a stock to it now. That's so ugly, dude. Oh. I feel. I feel like those are hitting. It feels okay. I want to try the other one. Alright, let's go back in one more then. I just need to get it to 13. Alright, let's get this stupid fucking thing up.
Hostile cruise missile incoming. UAV overhead. Hostile UAV in the sector.
I'm just taking shots for everybody now.
Hostile UAV active. Friendly UAV
Come on. Let me level this thing up, dude. I just want to stop using it, man. 13. Oh, thank God. Oh, there's a dude. I don't know if my teammate was still there or not. Trying to figure out where the fuck they were.
Hostile VTOL in this sector. Hostile care packages in this sector. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Watch online. Hostile counter UAV in sector.
They say if they don't get me, the VTOL will. Yeah, you're really good at just walling your teammates.
We're getting hit hard.
You an enemy? Or are you a tag? Or are you a friendly? Or are you dead? And still a tag? And still on my screen? Oh, now I'm dead. Makes me wonder why I'm using a sniper. Woo. Fuck that guy. $17, it's not 13. Ah, fuck's sake. can't shoot him. He's got a riot shield. Move!
Securing Alpha. Firearms activated. Enemy securing Bravo. We're taking Alpha. Enemy taking Bravo. Objective Alpha. Alpha secure.
Throwing a stunner.
We control Bravo.
Watch your fire. Enemy down.
Losing Bravo.
Linda, got one. System online.
Don't shoot my trophy system, you cut. Ooh, thing sucks.
Hostile cluster mine active. Hostile strike in the area.
Nice. Wonderful stun. Great stun.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Trophy system online.
Taking Bravo.
What a fucking stun.
Securing objective Bravo. Hostile counter enemy UAV overhead. Enemy counter UAV
Reloading.
securing Charlie.
He was hurt. Yep. Any other gun. And not this piece of shit. Nope, not this piece of shit at all. It's like 6 to kill. Can't see. What level is it at? It's not up with literally anything is better than this. Even the single tap counterpart to this is better than this. Unlucky. They just switched to trophy systems, explosives, and shotguns. Of course they're gonna win. 15, about time. You know what we need? More explosives. Unlucky. Entire fucking team. Can't see. No hair, don't care. Bitch. Whose wall do you think you're shooting to? Oh, I'm dead. Should have been. Should have, could have, will. Wow, exhilarating. Alright, what level is it? Is it 17 yet? 15. So bad. I'm gonna go back to this. I haven't had a good time with the other one. Ah, let's go. Let's switch it on. Piercing. Yeah, these are so bad.
You see that laser in front of your face?
A wild hardcore shipment would be.
Oh, I got a double kill.
Way too close. Taking effective fire.
Where are you people? Oh, okay, it's down. There's a guy down in that corner over there. You get him? What? Hold on. I'm blind. Hold on. What? I'm not gonna switch games. What? What? I shot you in the balls. What? It's cover shot, by the way.
Nice. Why wouldn't you be hiding behind a deployable cover in a corner spawn?
Oh, balls.
That's fine. I just want to kill.
Oh! I said a 180 on him.
Hey, stop using this garbage ass shit.
There's a bank, I need a bank. I'm about to die. There's a guy in there, God. No! Easy. Triple kill. That's how I got my team. Oh, okay. Oh, I got. Fuck this us. If y'all ping people, I can shoot them. Oh, Hydra cannons? What? I didn't even see that. That's sick. That's Hydra cannons.
Try to take my kill from me, I'll see you. Try to take my kill.
I have another chopper gunner. Hold on, I'm in a helicopter right now.
Can you jump out? Can you jump out? That'd be cool if you could.
What?
Can you jump out of the helicopter?
Well, yeah, but then I couldn't keep shooting people.
Man, I want to see you fall over the building.
That's why.
Well, no, I won't. Hold on. It doesn't do it that way. Just go back to where you were. I can shoot rocks at people that much.
Low fuel, give me nothing.
It's Marcus. Yeah, I can go back. I got it.
You make his name is Johnny Walker. Go with Johnny Walker. On straw.
I don't know, I'm okay. Does it still gotta be 11 or can it be later since I'm on 13 shape?
11:30, okay?
Oh, deal. Yes, thank you. Are you and Long gonna be asleep? Oh, okay. Oh, I just got so many tags. Oh my gosh. No, what? No, I could have banked all those tags though. Oh, good game, guys. No, I know. Trying to do missions for this game. Oh my god, Sam, I just got 2 chopper gunners in a row. But I don't want to. Oh, that guy got a lot of tags. 2 chopper gunners and a beeper. Twice.
Oh, is it level 17? Is it level 17? Is it level 17? Oh, thank God. Oh, my sweet baby Jesus, I can get rid of this shit. It's so bad. It's so bad. Somebody get rid of it. Burn it. Eternal hell. Oh. I doubt I'm going to be able to tell. feels alright. Yeah, I'd be willing to try it.
Yo.
There he is. Let me finish my message.
You're sending me a message.
I have to at least finish the message that I was
Finish
gonna
the thought,
send you.
bro. Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't end. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I mean, honestly,
What's up, homie?
shit, dude. All right, let me collect my stuff here, because I was pretty much like off the grid for a full year when
Really?
when I had moved out of my old house by 4th Street,
Mhm.
and I had to move
Yep.
in with Cherish's grandparents to help them out,
Yeah.
and then they were in turn helping us out. But
Mhm.
for that year, I was pretty much like off the grid. Like I wasn't playing much of anything. I'd hop on, rarely, and for that
Oh,
full
I
year, I
know,
was
bro.
just
I noticed. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a sharp decline in terms of free time and things that I could do. But it
Oh.
was, it was the right decision at the time, and we definitely benefited from it. And in turn, landed ourselves a spot in our own apartment that I had found on the south side of St. Pete in a decent area. So,
That's what's up.
yeah, so, we're doing all right now. Now that I got my own place, I can get my setup back together. I got the internet
Oh, yeah.
I got the internet
How
all
long you been in the
hooked
new place?
up. What is it, August now? About a month and change, I'd say.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean,
So you were with the grandparents for a little longer than a year, right?
no, it was just under a year. It was like 11
Really?
months. Yeah, it was like 11 months and change. It was like right at the year mark when we were like, all right, we got to get the fuck out of here. Like, this place is murder on us.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they were trying to get us to stay too. They're like, what do you need? We'll pay for it. I'm like, no, stop. As much as I would love you to, no,
No.
it was killing me, because I was,
Yeah,
I
you
had,
need freedom.
yeah, and that's really what it was. It's like I got everything together that I needed for me to be able to stream, for me to be able to play my games, do what I want to do, be with my buddies, and I couldn't do it because we moved in with them. So now that
Yeah.
we're out, one of the first things that we did is I mean, shit, we're still getting things set up. I got to put shelves up tomorrow, but I got this set up. I got Streamlabs set back up. I've been streaming anytime any night I get the chance, once after Jude's down, I hop on here and I stream for a little bit through the community that I'm with, because I'm with a community between my buddy and my brother and a couple other guys, and we stream throughout the week, and that's what I do now. And
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now. Yeah, so no slurs.
You're on Twitch?
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, cross streaming, and I want to try to get my Kick set up, because we have Kick set up through this channel too. I just don't know how he has it set up for multicasting.
What's your Twitch?
There we go. Let's see. You should be able just to look it up. It's Life Sucks Gaming is the community. Yeah, let's play one on here so I can warm up on the equipment.
Oh, okay. So it's a community channel. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you stream on that channel with other people.
Yeah, like my brother and the
Gotcha,
and the
bro,
current
gotcha.
owner of it. Yeah, so because separately I'd only be able to stream 2 or 3 days a week. Whoa, yeah, Jesus Christ. Hold on. And my brother would only be able to stream 2 days, but like together we can fill out a week.
Yeah.
Right? And even then I'm only taking like 8, maybe 9 p.m. until 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they'll stream the same day, maybe a little earlier before they go into work or something, right? And then, from there you can really grow consistently, because that's the big issue is when you can't stream consistently, you don't grow a community from it. And that's kind of what we were trying to do.
But so as far as like the consistency with streaming goes, like it doesn't mean that you have to stream all week, every week. As long as you're consistent about when you go live, then people know where to find you. That's the big thing. Like you can stream 2 nights a week, but it's hard to get exposure when you're streaming 2 nights a week. So what you're doing is good, because you're getting exposure as an individual through a community, and then you could eventually, if you wanted to, boom, like, okay, now I'm capable of committing more, so I'll be live here 2 nights a week or 1 night a week, and then boom, other 2 nights on my channel or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then as we the community grows, we'll have more people here as well to be able to if maybe they're busy there, I'll stream on my individual. And that's
I was
kind
thinking
of
about getting back to streaming.
that was kind of the whole point. It's just I really enjoy doing it. I'll get people in here occasionally and I'll talk with them, and
It's fun as
the
fuck, bro.
entertainment. I love it.
That's the biggest thing for me why I enjoyed streaming so much, was because I'm playing the games anyway, and I'm like I'm an extroverted introvert. So like I like being social, but I don't like necessarily being around a bunch of people. So it's great, because I can sit here, be myself, chill in my room, and still interact and fucking, get to share a little bit of what I enjoy and what I love with other people of similar interests. That was the big draw to me. Like, money aside, it'd be great to be rich as fuck from playing video games, but it was still just so much fun meeting new people, and being ESO was really big in welcoming me into the community, and I fucking love that, bro. Just like communities taking you in and shit like that, and super fun. You still with Culver's?
Yeah, for now. I mean, I'm getting paid decent. I took the salary position, and that's kind of why I'm here. That's the whole reason that we were able to find our own place and get everything situated, was because I took that. I took the extra money. It eats at your soul, and I fucking hate it.
Bro, I'm coming up on 1 year out of that place, and how about I honestly, I still look back at it, and it's hard for me not to get upset, because one, like, you know how I am, bro. Like, I put all of myself into it, whether or not that was, up to the standard that he needed every day, whatever. But I loved my crew and everything like that. I love the people I work with, and since I left there, I've heard from nobody. I just left, just quit, bro, and not one person that I worked with for years and years reached out to me. Yeah, and that's like, okay, I was like, that's why I was like, it's bittersweet, because that made me realize how important it was for me to get out when I did. because no one gave a shit really, and I was going through the motions, and clearly everybody else was too.
Yeah, and that's just the environment. Like I've been at that store, I've been at the 34th store, I haven't been at the Largo store, but just being there, like the whole environment is like everybody's 1 foot out, 1 foot in.
Yeah,
And-
it's fucking awful, bro. And like I didn't think that's how it was, like because when I was there, oh, we love working with you, fucking everyone's, but it's because I was the boss, so everyone felt like, I thought, people were nice to me and being my friend because I'm a nice, friendly person, but no one wants to be friends with their fucking boss, and then that's, it's just realized it's like, okay, everyone was just being fucking two-faced, and I didn't actually have any real relationships built with the people that I've worked with for the better part of a decade, so deuces.
I mean, so I understand how it can absolutely look like that, and I'm sure for a handful, maybe even a majority of them, that's the case. But like, I know for a fact that I never saw it like that. I mean, for me,
I know that, bro. And when I bring that up, I don't mean like people like you or like Jonah, who I worked with and stuff like that. Like, there was
You can
actual
definitely tell.
relationships built. Yeah, 100%. Like
can
I can tell
absolutely
who's my friend and shit like that. But like I said, the big thing for me is that I quit, bro. I messaged Matt and I said I can't in good conscience continue to work for you. It's like, I'm sorry that it has to come like this. It's like, but wish you the best, and just never showed back up. Like, I can understand if I put in like a 2 weeks and something and everything, but I just didn't show up the next day, and my crew was like, okay, like nothing. I just thought it was fucking bizarre, especially for how much time I had to invest in people's personal fucking lives just to get them to fucking work and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I go through that shit too, dude.
Yeah, like once you get to that
what's
point
going
of higher
on?
management, yeah, it's 30% about the business and 70% about figuring out what the fuck someone is dealing with to find a way to get them to work through it.
Yeah, what can I do to get you back here, tomorrow?
Yeah.
in a good mood?
Yep, 100%.
It's
And I
a
don't want to
people
do this shit,
business.
bro.
It's a people business. It's dealing with other people's crap. 12 hours a day, every 5 days a week, and then it
Um,
follows you
But
home.
I'm done with management, bro. Like, I'm literally unemployed right now because I refuse to go back in food and I refuse to do management.
It's hard.
I've only been
It's so
unemployed for like a
hard.
week though.
It's
yeah,
so
bro,
hard
it-
to find a job outside of the field. 'Cause
Outside of customer
that's
service.
That's your
yeah.
expertise. Is the people
I've spent
business.
20 years getting great at fucking customer service and shit, only to realize that I fucking hate customer service and working with fucking people like that in that capacity. Yeah. No, what is it? I did a little stint at Lowe's. I was like selling floors and shit at Lowe's, but that was a fucking joke, bro. I made a $16,000 fucking installation sale in my first month and shit. And 2 weeks later, they're talking to me about my sales and shit. And after getting bro, it was a joke, bro, a fucking joke. And so I left that place as in like after about a month and a half. After they called me out in the middle of the sales meeting about not meeting my sales 5 weeks into my employment there. When I was told I wouldn't be held to the minimum for 90 days. And I'm like, you're reprimanding me in a group of fucking, 15, 20 people? It's like, when you told me I wouldn't have to worry about, making the minimum for 90 days, it's like 5 weeks in. After not being fucking properly trained, pulling me out of the middle of my shift and sending me to another store because the assistant manager and the flooring manager got in an argument. And so they pulled me out of my shift and sent me to another store. It was a fucking joke, bro. And I was at Skechers over there for a few months. I get there and they're like, oh my God, like, please accept a higher position. We will pay you so much, all this, blah, blah, blah. And so I get in there, like, I was like, oh shit, like, it feels cool to be wanted. So I fucking prematurely, like, accept the position about a week and a half after being there. And it's all like, oh, just bear with us. You know, I know things are rough right now. I know you said you want this. It's one of those,
Veil
bro.
comes up. The veil comes up.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's like, okay, you're gonna make this. Actually, we were wrong. We can't pay you that. So it's gonna be this.
I'm out.
Yeah, well, and I go, well, I was like, I budgeted and everything for what you said. It's like, so, I was like, I even told him, I was like, that doesn't sit right. I was like, so I have to go back and talk to my wife and see if this is even an opportunity that I want to pursue. 2 hours later, they call me back and offer me $1.50 more than the original offer. And I'm like, okay, so you were just trying to lowball me. I was like, whatever.
That's it's even worse.
Well, so you know what I told him? I go, actually, I was like, unfortunately, because of all this back and forth, I was like, I don't think that accepting that position is the right fit for me. I was like, so I'd like to pursue the original arrangement, which was accepting the part-time second assistant position. And it's like, because of that, it's like I told you over the phone when we first talked that if it's part-time, I will need to have a little bit more limited availability because I'll need to seek employment elsewhere. Oh, no problem, blah blah blah, all this, and all it was, bro, I just wanted Tuesday and Wednesday nights off because I do the truck on Tuesday and Wednesday morning, have those Tuesday and Wednesday nights off, having Thursday off, one day of the week that I know I have a day off to get stuff done. It's like, and a day of the weekend. That was it. For a 30-hour week position. And everything was fine and good. Until, you know, I had a couple choice words for the general manager when she was just, I'm past the point where I'm going to cater to people's bullshit. So when I start hearing bullshit, I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, why do we have this policy if you're,
You start
just
calling things out, pointing out the
yes,
obvious.
100%, because like I know my worth, I know what I'm capable of and stuff like that. And if you bring me in, in this position, I'm here to try and make things better and fix things and run a more efficient store. It's like, what else would I be here for in that position? And then it was just, she just got super combative and was, I could just tell like everything changed. She got super fake with me and everything. And then one day she pulls me aside and is like, hey, this comes down from the district manager, but the second assistant position that you're in now, I need full availability for. And I go, but it's a 25-hour week position that you're letting me, that we agreed that you would, I'm scheduled 32 or something hours and I work 30. Yeah, but I mean, I know it doesn't make sense, but he told me that we need full availability for the position. I go, well, that's insane. It's like, you need somebody to have 24 hours a day, 7-day a week availability for a 25-hour week position. It's like, I was like, you will not be able to keep anybody in that position. And I was like, and on top of that, it's like, there's been so much back and forth, you telling me one thing and then it being another thing. It's like, so if this is the case, it's like, you'll receive my notice within the week. Oh, yeah, I really hate to lose you, and I go, well,
Then
you're doing,
feeding bullshit.
but just super condescending, smug. Oh, I really hate to lose you. And I was like, well, you're not actively doing anything to try and keep me. So, and then I worked the next day and I talked to the other assistant manager and I was like, I feel like a cuckold being here right now. I was like sitting here working for somebody who I know is forcing me out of the company. And I didn't go back. Like, no, fuck this shit, bro.
Yeah, I would just leave. I wouldn't even put in a notice. I wouldn't do any of that, dude. I'd be like,
oh no, I did. I told her you'll receive my notice in the week. Worked one more day only because I knew she wasn't there, and I actually liked working with the person who was there, and I didn't want her to be fucked over because of me. And so I quit. I didn't show up on a day that I knew that the person I enjoyed working with wasn't there, and I told her, I was like, don't answer any phone calls from the store on Friday. Yep.
well, see, and that's kind of the issue. That's the exact position that I'm in. Like, sure, I don't want to be in food service anymore. I feel like I have less of a choice than you do. I mean, your wife, works and
You say that, bro, but no, like. I'm right now, like, my wife is the only one working, a week and a half out from unemployment, and like, Bro, I've been struggling since I left Culver's. Like, it has 100% been a struggle since I left Culver's. I went from, I stood to make $63,000 last year for the full year with bonuses that I was projected for and everything. And then Matt tells me that he thinks I'm better suited for the porter position. Like that was, he sat me down and was like, you know, with everything you got going on, because 9 days before I talked to him about how I was, you know, struggling mentally with some stuff. And, you know, it's Matt. So he's, you know, he's dealt with, you know, his own mental struggles and stuff like that. So we had a heart to heart. He was like, you know, let me know what I can do. Well, I'll be getting therapy and all this shit. He was super understanding and all this. And then 9 days later is telling me that he thinks I'm better suited to the porter position and he no longer wants me as a general manager. And I'm like, what? And, you know, my problem is that I take things at face value before I actually sit there and think about everything that is being said and what's happening. And so, you know, when he's talking to me, I'm like, well, I was like, I get it. You know, I am struggling with some stuff. But then, you know, thinking about it, I was like, wait, well, we just had a talk a couple days ago and he seemed super understanding. And then I tried to dive into it a little deeper with him and he started getting super combative. And then literally, like, I know Matt is not a liar. So he genuinely, you know, the shit he said is something that he genuinely thought, but it was wildly wrong. He tried, like, one day he tried to tell me that, so it was an OSHA visit. I was scheduled 11 to 9. It was a Friday. I came in at 10 o'clock and I worked till 11 p.m. that day. When I started diving into it, he's like, you showed up, because I got there at like 10:02 that day. He's like, you showed up late for the OSHA meeting. He's like, you were scheduled to be there at 10, blah, 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 all this. I was like, I was scheduled at 11. It's like, I write the schedule. I was like, and I came in an hour early. It's like, it stayed 2 hours late. No, you didn't. I'm like, all right. And it was just, yeah, bro. And I was just like, I can't fucking do this. I can't fucking do it. But, and like I said, I won't ever say anything bad about Matt because he's not a bad person.
No,
he's not. But, you know, it just got to the point where, you know, he's cared more about the business and the people, which I get. You know, it's when you've been in the swing of it that long, you know, you're especially around the people that he is, you know, where it's all business, you know, you kind of lose that little bit, but it is what it is.
And that's really what it comes down to. Like, that first talk you had with him, that was you and him. That second talk that you had with him, that was you and whoever he talked to, business-wise. That was probably like Justin, you know. And that's exactly what that was. And then that was them talking into his ear, saying, you know, if that person's having that kind of a problem, then you need to get that position figured out. And you need to, you know, see if you can keep them. But, you know, that's really what it is you talk to the business side of things. And whether or not it was the right decision is, you know, irrelevant now. But, and that sucks, but that's exactly what that is. I get that all. I get that all the time. I get the business side of Matt all the time because he wants me to try to own my own store after I become GM. Blah 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 blah. I don't think I will. But
don't do it, bro.
I'm not.
Don't.
I feel like it's just a massive scheme. Like, I don't trust
it's 100% a massive scheme because you're not the owner. Like, you're a figurehead, is what it is. Like, you're just a spokesperson for that store, essentially, and then everybody else makes the money off your back. You know, the year that I stood to make $63,000, Matt's, like, I'd seen everything. Like, Matt stood to make, what, $12,000 more than me. Obviously, before any bonuses and stuff like that. But as the owner.
It's an investment.
Yeah, it's an investment into a fucking bleak future. No, thank you.
It puts you in a position where you have to work. Getting out is difficult. It literally you put gold shackles on. Not even gold, but you put silver shackles on yourself, dude. Brass, copper fucking shackles on yourself, and you gotta be okay with it. And you're like, you know, this is my life. Matt's okay with that, and I'm not. If there's anything that pisses me off, it's when Matt tries to justify shitty situations with how he went through even worse situations. I'm like, it's not my fault that you fucked yourself over and you only had this one job your entire life, but I'm not you. And the situations that you were okay getting bent over for, I'm not. And
he had tried to do that with me. Absolutely. Like when about wages and stuff like that, be like, oh well, when I was in that position, I only made this.
I don't give a fuck what you made. You can get fucked in the ass. You can get fucked in the ass all day when you're fucking, 16 years old and you think that you've got the best job in the world because you've never worked anywhere else. All right, I've worked other places. I know where my worth is, and I know where I can swing that worth. And if you aren't able to give me what I need to get to budget out the things that I need, then I'll find somewhere that does.
And that's exactly the talk I had with him when he wanted to promote me to general manager. He offered me 46 for general management position.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I go, no. I was like, I need 52. Oh, well, that's where do you come up with that number? I was like, well, for one, I've been in this industry long enough to know what the industry standard is, and I was like, and that is still well below industry standard.
Yeah, I'd say 52 is low because when you started me out in my position, which is first assistant, is 50. So.
Well, but that's different. That's 2 years later.
2 years.
You know what I mean?
Two years I mean, granted, inflation's gone up, but wages haven't.
But so that was just what is it to start? By the time I left, I was making I want to say just under 58 is what my wage had gone up to in a year and a half or something. No, 2 years. 2 years, yeah. But yeah, and like when I told him that's what I wanted, it's like, well, blah blah blah. This doesn't make any sense. I was like, well, that's what I need. I was like, look, I told you because I told him and Justin that I will accept a lower wage and for the assistant and everything like that. It's like, but when you put me in a salary position, I was like, that's where you're gonna pay me. And I told him that years and years ago. And I guess they think I was just kidding. But no, like, yeah.
You really do have to swing your dick with them. That's something that I've learned is that you can't, they will do everything that they can to bend you. That's my next problem with the business.
It's not just them, though.
I've seen all of the ins and outs of that business working there.
Corporations, too.
I understand that, but it's just crazy how tight their bottom line is to the point to where they have to screw everybody over that they possibly can. They have to take a chance on everybody to try to pull everything out of them that they can in order for them to even consider making
break even.
Just to break even. And that's where I'm struggling to invest into it, right? And I've had this conversation with him too. I was looking at him like, you want me to put money into this place, but this is the only store out of your 3 that's actually net positive month over month, and it's just making up for the losses that your other store makes. You've been doing this for 6 years, and it's hard for me to justify being shackled into this position for over a decade just to consider making any form of profits. And
especially when we're privy to like the budget and the bottom line and like all the fucking the P&L and shit like that. Like we know that that these 2 stores are siphoning money from this store, like, which means you're netting 0 fucking profit whatsoever. And then and that you're still actively trying to rope people in to being a fucking owner. Like, it's crazy. Like, you have nothing to offer them. Like,
yeah, and that's where that was. And that's when he hit me with the, oh, it's an investment, and I'll make money on the future. I'm like, yeah, you can keep telling yourself that the only thing you're gonna make money off of is the fucking equity when the property grows in value, and then you try to sell it later. Oh, that's literally it. Like, yeah, you might be able to sell that property in a few years and make,
but he won't.
A couple $1 million. But
that's not his property. He doesn't own it.
Well,
no, they will sell
his portion, but
yeah, he can sell his portion. But if he sells his portion now, he's getting next to nothing.
Oh, 100%. He's full loss. Not even like net.
Yeah, because his portion is of the business, not the property. Like, Chad and Jeff fully own the property that all these stores are on. So if they sold the property, they would net millions and millions of dollars. Matt wouldn't make a penny on that. Matt would only make anything from a sale of the business, of
Yeah.
his portion of the business, or anything like that. Yeah.
It's just honestly, it's wild.
It's wild, yeah, bro. And that's why, like, I'm just so done being a corporate fucking shill, bro. Like, it's so fucking frustrating breaking my back for people who don't give a fuck about anything. And then working for people who have loyalty to a fucking corporation. Like, what is that? This is 2023 and people still have fucking brand loyalty or loyalty to a fucking corporation, like a bunch of fucking sheep. Like, it's fucking crazy.
What options do a lot of people have? What options do
None.
you know? And that's the issue that we're in right now, is the fact that
Yes.
everything's a corporation. When everything's a corporation, you don't have a fucking choice. You're either a corporate shill or you're homeless. You know. Either
Shit,
I make
I'm
the
selling
money
shit
or-
on eBay right now, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's
me and my
exactly
buddy.
it. Find a way to work from home, work for yourself, and you either work for
But
yourself.
I mean, I'm making nothing, bro. Like, I've been doing some DoorDash and shit like that, but like, I can't sit in the car for fucking
No,
5-6 hours a fucking day driving around, bro. I got a bad right knee, like literally stop and going. I did DoorDash for a week, and my knee has been fucking throbbing for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do. I'd fall asleep, dude. I'd be so bored. I would not
Yeah.
be able to do it. That's my biggest issue. Is I need the constant work in order to keep myself awake and busy. It's just wild.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm done with management and shit like that, but I can use that leverage to get me a higher paying position outside of management. No matter what I do, I know that I won't make as much money as I made there, for the sheer fact that I don't want to be in management anymore. So I'm trying to find a position where I can, work my 40 hours a week, 35, 40 hours a week, get paid a decent wage, and still work for myself on the side.
And
Do DoorDash here and there for a few hours a week. Like I said, me and my buddy Jason, we have done an inventory of everything that we have to sell and shit like that. We have about $3,000 worth of inventory, probably about like units, probably about like 300 units of shit to sell. So, I mean, it's just time consuming because, like, one person in an hour, I can make 3-4 ads, between eBay and Facebook Marketplace and shit like that. And so it's extremely time consuming and stuff. And it's, I gotta have time to work for myself. But it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just so done with this fucking bullshit. Like, it's crazy to me that we have to work for fucking 65 years or 50 years of our fucking life to enjoy the last 10. Like,
and what's even wild is you can't guarantee yourself to enjoy the last 10 because you're 65
Nope.
fucking years old. And that was the problem that, like, the whole reason that we moved in with them was because they were declining. And they
Yep.
were like, yeah, we retired, we can finally do what we want. And then they're like, well, we can't do anything that we want because we have to be near our doctors because we're fucking dying. And
Yep.
and honestly, I was just bad for them. Like, that shit was so stupid. And I felt bad leaving. They were really trying to keep us there because they're old and they're struggling.
they need the help, but it's like, you can only live your life for other people for so long, bro. And that's what it comes down to.
That's what every you say you get tired of having to work to 65 for all this and stuff, dude. And there are so many people that I've been talking to that 100% agree with that, and it really is time for shit like that to change. Something needs to change systematically.
The status quo doesn't work for anybody, bro.
Doesn't, yeah, and that's
It only works for these fucking people who, these old school, oh, you got to find a fucking corporate job and fucking, I'm just not that person, and I've never been that person.
Nope.
I fucking smoke, I play games like Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that, bro. I don't want to be a corporate fucking shill, like some fucking suit and tie. Like, that's not me.
No,
And so, like, I had to be different. I'd fake it every time I went to work.
We're not the only ones. We're just the only ones that are vocal about it. Is what it sounds like, and that's what I've really started to learn, is just how many people agree with that mindset and Just how few of them are
And
actually have the time
Yep.
and willingness to be able to say something, and even less to be able to actually do something. And that's why it's the status quo, is because
Yep.
it pushes you under. And next thing you know, you seem complacent when you're actually, fucking suffering. And
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do
we
about it.
seem complacent, but we're just under a boot, and there's no way to fucking get out from under it. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like they're putting a chokehold on them. Look, they're not saying anything's wrong. I'm like, yeah, you can't say
Yeah.
anything's wrong when you fucking can't breathe.
exactly. And I mean, case in point at Skechers, I literally spoke up about some bullshit. You know, the scheduling being all over the place. You know, the wage being fucking back and forth and everything like that. Literally spoke up about it, and a month and a half later, I'm not working there anymore because they fucking literally retaliated against me in the most subtle way possible. But I'm not fucking stupid. Like, I know what was going on. And I even reached out to the district manager. Because he's, like, I had to do an interview with him after the store manager because they loved me so much and, like, blah, blah, blah. And so I did an interview with him, and he's like, you know, anything, questions, comments, concerns, he's like, you have my personal number, contact me with anything. So when I felt like I was being retaliated against and was literally told, oh, the position is now, you have to have full availability and everything like that for it, reached out to him, told him I needed to have a conversation with him, never heard anything back. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I was like, I'm just so done with this shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
It was just for
all
looks. Nobody
words,
cares,
bro.
you know, somebody's
Yes.
out. There's, and it's
Secured the kill.
we're all fighting each other at this point. You know, nobody has the opportunity, the ability, or the care to have to worry about other people because we're all under a boot, and we all have to spend all of our time and willpower keeping that boot off of our neck.
Yeah, licking the boot.
Lick the boot to keep it off your neck.
Done and dusted.
That's exactly where we're at right now, dude. This shit sucks. And I was
Yeah, it
expecting
absolutely
to,
sucks.
to get super, not philosophical with you, but political. But
Well, I mean, it's how it's always been with us, bro. Like,
no,
we're,
that's 100%.
you know, we're critical thinkers and open-minded people, but, like, we also know that, you know, we're observant. We know what we're going through and shit like that. Like, we know when there's injustices being thrown at us and shit, but that doesn't mean we can fucking do anything about it.
No, but it still needs to be talked about, and that's the first step, and that's the first thing that really pisses me off the most is when people don't want to talk about it. And I fully understand why. You know, when you're spending
Retaliation's a
well,
thing.
when you're yeah, I know, and when you're spending your whole day, with the boot on your neck, the last thing you want to talk about is the boot.
Yep.
The boot needs to be spoken about. It needs to be viewed in a different light, and people need to actually come together and be like, hey, dude, this is not how it needs to be. I am a firm believer that whether they want it or not, that we're going to be thrown into a new era here soon. And it's going to start with, start with digital currency. It's going to start with automation, and it started with at-home work, where people are refusing to go back to the office.
Yep.
And it's slowly growing from there. Things are going to slowly start growing. You know, the commercial properties are starting to implode a little bit because people aren't going back, and so companies can't pay and justify keeping the commercial properties. So that's gonna fucking.
Did you know that 70% of single-family homes in America are owned by corporations?
Owned by corporations. BlackRock has fucked the U.S. and other countries in terms of single home, and they just sit there and they can jack up, jack off, whatever the fuck they want.
Yep. It's fucking insane, bro. 70% of single-family homes. Yeah, these are the conversations I have with my buddy Jason, like, all day, every day, which is why, like, me and him, getting in business with each other. But I mean, as somebody I've known for 20-something years, and like, we both understand each other's mental limitations, mental struggles, and shit like that. And so I felt like that was really important to make that step with somebody who not only understands it, but has, those problems and stuff themselves, so that we know that, hey, if something happens, we're not always going to be able to do 50-50, but, we will understand and be understanding and compassionate when the other is not capable of doing that. You know what I mean?
Not here to screw you over, just here to live.
100%. Exactly. Yep. And you know, he told me, he's like, because he's literally diagnosed, what is it, bipolar with manic episodes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But he's medicated and everything like that. But so I'm undiagnosed, but I'm pretty certain I'm bipolar. But we have completely different, you know, judging from everything I've read about it. So he's diagnosed bipolar 2. Or bipolar B or whatever it is.
Oh, I would say, oh god,
and-
there's levels.
Yes, 100%. There's bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. So basically,
Oh, shit, he's
bipolar
evolving.
2 bipolar 2 is bipolar with manic depressive episodes. So what essentially means that obviously bipolar, high highs, low lows,
Yep.
but then he has just like these long episodes of like a week where he is just useless. Like just all he wants to do is sit in and fucking self-loathe and shit like that, and
That
is
just
just
sounds like depression to me.
well no, because it's like he's literally diagnosed, and that's the difference between 2 and 1 is that the episodes in 1 aren't as severe. Like it's a day-to-day with me. Like I told him, it's like I don't know who's waking up each day. It's like I can wake up and it could be me, you know, happy-go-lucky, good to fucking go and everything like that. Fuck the bullshit, I don't care. And other days I wake up and I don't even want to get out of fucking bed. And it's like, and there could be no catalyst, no trigger for it or anything. Yeah. But I have crazy highs, crazy fucking lows, and my mood and shit is just all fucking over the place, bro. And I hate to say it, but when I don't fucking smoke, I can't regulate it. I have no control over it. And then my anxiety, like I just get it's weird because it's like it's in my shoulders. Like when I don't know like how to describe it, but like my anxiety will get so bad and I could just feel it in my upper torso and in my shoulders, like all the way down my sides. I just like I don't know, bro. It's like a light tremble and I can't do anything about it. It's just like even right now, just talking, like I'm just slightly shaking. No fucking reason whatsoever. Anxiety is just up there, bro.
That's a strange body regulation thing. And I mean, if smoking works, dude, you get the strongest shit you can. Like that's the whole point of it, you know. It's just,
Yeah, but
you take
then
what you need.
also like so when I smoke, when everybody smokes, you know, Cat Williams said it best. You get that fuck it in your system. So a lot of the shit that you should put in the forefront, pay attention to, and try and get yourself over these hurdles and shit, you don't even address when you're high because they don't fucking mean a thing to you when you're high.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then boom, you're fucking you get sober and you're like, I put all of this off for so long, like goddamn. Yeah.
That's kind of my issue with it. That's why I microdose. That's also why I wait until it's the very last thing in my day to get done. Like, when I'm done streaming here, it'll be 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'll probably want to chill, eat some food, watch some anime, dude. I'll go out and smoke, because that's when I can do that. And I have the opportunity to do that. You don't, which fucking sucks. You found what works for you though, and at that point, it's the lesser.
I'm broke as fuck. I can't afford weed right now.
Yeah,
No sir.
it's the hardest
Not if it
part.
means fucking taking food off my fucking table. No sir. I got a daughter. I can't do that.
That is why I am working in the position that I am. That's why I'm struggling in this position too. It's all part of it. I don't have the choice. I mean, you're in a position where you also don't have a choice. And it sucks, dude. Having choices made for you and you just have to sit down and deal with it.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And like, I know like I get frustrated with my wife, and I know it's not her fault or anything, but like, so, because she went to school, fucking to be a teacher, all this shit, she always wanted to be a teacher, blah, 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 all this, went to school, has been a teacher for 11 years and shit like that. And those 11 years, she has gone up $8,000 in wage in 11 years.
I feel like that's not entirely her fault because the country does.
No, not her
Shit
fault, and that's
on-
not what I'm getting at. That's not, but it's frustrating from my standpoint because I didn't go to school for something. I didn't have, you know, a set career path or anything like that. So because of that, now if it comes down to making more money or anything like that, like I just feel like it's on me.
Yep.
It's just me. And like it doesn't matter that she has a job and anything like that because like she's not going anywhere with it. So it's not like in a couple years she's going to be making $10,000 more or anything like that. Like I was making significantly more as a fucking general manager of a food place than she was after 4 years of schooling, you know, educating America's future.
It's stupid, isn't it?
Yes, 100%. But it's just one of those things. Like I know it's not like I take it out on her, but I can't help but feeling frustrated because of the fact that, you know, when I was in this position making money, I told her, you know, go back to school, get your fucking master's in administration, and be a fucking principal, which is what she wanted to do. I was like, I made enough money and had enough money set aside. I told her, it's like, you can take the time off to, I was like, first year, just focus on school. But she wanted to do it. And now, here we are. She's making $40-something thousand a year. I'm fucking unemployed, and we're fucking struggling. And once again, it's on me. Like, she's not gonna do anything or capable of doing anything to make more money.
Yeah, it's just.
I told her to start selling fucking feet pics.
you know how many times that gets brought up in this house?
Oh, bro, even my
How
buddy Jason.
many times?
But okay, I bet you anything, you're in the exact same position as we are. They would do it if we did everything for it. Like my wife would do it if I did all the work.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I mean, even then, I wouldn't have to do all the work. I mean, she's got everything she needs. She gives herself manicures all the time or pedicures all the time and everything. And I'm like, dude, just take care of my feet. I'll take pictures of them. You know, I've got nice looking, slightly hairy feet. I can trim them down if you need me to. Make even if it's like $100 a month, $100 a week. $100 a week is groceries. $100 a month.
$100. Yeah.
You know, $100 for feet. They never see my face, they just see my feet. And even then, nobody's gonna know you by your feet. And be like, hey, you're that guy. I saw you last week, man. You had them feet.
Bro, I've even taken a long, hard look at my feet and been like, maybe if I shaved them, put some paws. I was like, nah, them some veiny ass man feet.
They're veiny ass man feet.
People looking at it and be like, ain't no way a woman's walking around. This is like a size 15 in women, bro.
You never know, dude. Slap them stilettos on.
Yeah, bro. And I told my wife, we'll do like different backgrounds and shit. It's like we'll go to the beach and like picture of it like wading through the sand, or like go to the park, or like some fireworks in the back. And I don't know. It's just it's weird to me because obviously I've never lived as a woman, so I don't know. And I can say, you know, this is how I would be if I was a woman till I'm blue in the face, but I don't actually know. But I'm pretty fucking sure if I was a woman, I had tits or anything that somebody thought was desirable enough to pay for, I would be selling that shit.
Oh, 100%. You use what your mama gave you.
100%. If I could fucking wag my dick in front of a camera and get paid, bitch, I would be doing it all day, every day. And you know, honestly, you probably can a little bit. Like Chatterbait, like go on Chatterbait and just swing my dick in front of a camera, and I guarantee you, someone will pay me some money.
Do some hot tub streams on Kick.
Oh god. The frustrating thing with streaming is that like you have to build a community and stuff like that before you're capable of making any money. And I can't at this. Yeah, well, I know, but I can't at this point invest time into something that's not going to immediately pay dividends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need immediate monetary payout, and that's just.
Yeah. So once I start getting, you know, once I get another job and you start getting more established and shit like that, you know, I can spend a little bit of time streaming and stuff like that. But I'm also trying to grow a business on the side with my buddy. You know what I mean? Reselling and fucking like eventually we're gonna, instead of reselling, well, we'll be doing reselling through eBay and shit like that, and then we'll also be doing selling new products and shit like that on Amazon and stuff. But we're trying to work through this inventory we have now, and then use the profits from that to buy the LLC, all that good shit. You know, we already have eBay account and storefront set up. We got to do the Facebook Marketplace one because we've just been selling through his Facebook Marketplace. And once we get some actual, you know, monthly streamed income going through, then we'll be able to use the $40 a month for the Amazon sellers account and shit like that. And yeah, so I mean, we have a plan, you know, with a path drawn out, but it's, you know, it's a slow process. You know, we're trying to grow a business from no capital, basically, with just existing inventory, which it's doable, but you know, it's slow. You know, we're gonna have to do it in our own fucking time, like just, you know, a couple hours here, a couple hours there and shit, and you know, it's a rocky road, bro.
It all is. Dude. Everything is a grind now. If you want to get anywhere, do anything, it's all a grind. There are enough people in this world, though, for anybody to be able to build a community off of just about anything. Even the most niche of ideas, kinks, products. You can build a community with the correct PR and consistency. It's just, it's not easy.
Yeah.
No, and then if you're always constantly having to worry about, you know, making ends meet and everything, then it's going to be that much more difficult for you to get done what you need to get done to get that community growing.
100%. Yeah. That's why I'm not even considering streaming again until I'm to the point where I don't have to, where all the time that I have to dedicate to something, like, needs to be something that can pay me for my time. You know what I mean? I can't do it right now. I miss it.
I just want to utilize all my time efficiently. And, you know, if I like gaming and I've already invested this much into it, like, I want to stream every chance I get and interact with everyone I can and talk to everybody. Like, my biggest downside right now, my biggest downfall is probably my PR. You know, I don't have any social media. I don't mess with social media. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't really trust a lot of it. But when it comes down to it, it's absolutely 100%. It's required.
It is necessary. Yes, 100%.
It's absolutely required for me to
That
get
was
anywhere.
my biggest issue with it, was that I hated doing the social media side of things. I did it at first. And at first it seemed insubstantial. So, or unsubstantial, I don't know, in, around, whatever. So I stopped doing it. And, you know, just tried to grow community through gaming and networking with, you know, gaming communities and shit like that. But that only gets you so far. Like, you have to be out there, posting your clips on Twitter, Instagram. Like, you
TikTok.
have to be on social. Yes, you have to be the exposure for yourself.
And that's what I was talking to, who was it? I have a buddy that I work with now that I'm trying to get into this community because he's interested, and he's a big social media guy. And I'm like, look, you are literally exactly what I need in this community for us to, for not just me or anybody else in the community, but also for you to be put in a position where we can actually grow. And I told him that, and I feel like I kind of got to him a little bit with it. But that's all you need, is you just need the exposure. And the best way to do that now is through social media. You know how many people just sit there and just doom scroll for hours instead of sleeping, and in doing so, you know,
Bro,
they'll come across
I do that at night. Like, I have like crazy insomnia lately, bro. And I got off last night 6 o'clock in the morning. I fucking put my head down and go to bed. What is it? It was the Blackhead Extraction. Fucking
yeah, dude, you're just watching random shit.
And then I
why
clicked
am I watching
comment. I clicked the comments, and the first comment was like, "It's time for bed, guys. If you're here, it's time for bed."
Yeah.
I was like, you're goddamn right.
you fucking know, dude. That's oh man, yeah, and that's what people do, and that's what gets you the
Doom scrolling. I've
exposure.
never heard it called that though. That's funny.
That's exactly what you're doing. The next thing you know, your 6 hours of sleep is fucking gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ooh, I almost got that guy. Yeah, so I've been just really trying to focus on the streaming aspect of it. I'm really trying to build content. I am just populating the channel with as many videos, clips, and highlights as I possibly can.
Is this all you stream?
I mean, as of right now, yeah. I mean, it's just because
Get back on some Apex with me,
I
bro.
mean,
No.
I'm good
Okay,
at it.
that's
I'm good at it. B, there's a pretty decent number of population, I guess, that watch it. Problem is they all watch Warzone.
Yeah. Yes.
I fucking hate Warzone, so I play multiplayer. But I can still build clips and stuff around this. And then those that watch multiplayer are only interested in like S&D, single life game modes and stuff. It's a little more thrilling, which I fully understand, rather than somebody just running around shooting people in the face, which is what I do. And I love it, and I do it really well, you know.
Oh, that guy who just killed you did it a little bit better.
I didn't know you had the stream pulled up. You're trying a little harder. But the
I'm your one viewer right now.
I thought that was the bot.
No, that's me, bro. Someone said something, so it could be someone else in here.
Yeah, that was a buddy of mine. You were like balls deep in the conversation, though, so I'm gonna interrupt you. That's a buddy of mine. Oh, don't shoot me! I'm just a wee little lad. Yeah, and I am looking to switch games. You know, this one kind of caters to my fucking hyperactivity and my need to constantly be shooting something. Which is why I play it. That's my problem with like PRs and stuff. Is there's just so much downtime. I get restless. And
I know what you mean, but so in Apex, I don't play Apex like I used to, bro. Like I literally have to fight. Like I can't do it.
I have to. The problem is that 8 times out of 10, it's not the right choice.
No, not at all.
And that was
but
my
since
issue
I've
with
done
it.
that, I've got a couple 2K badges and shit like that. So like
It's fun. You know, you get the.
Yeah, but I don't know. It sucks dropping, being in a match for fucking 3 minutes, and then back to the lobby.
Yeah, and then waiting another 5 until you can get back in there, and that's entirely why I stopped playing it. And
Or playing ranked, you get downed right away, and then you have a teammate who just doesn't give a fuck and just plays solo, and you can't just leave because you get a penalty.
yeah, that's how you get someone to quit a game. I mean, that's how you got me to quit a game.
Yep.
Objective Charlie secure. Objective Alpha is compromised.
What is I just got back on ESO about a month ago. I'm playing World of Warcraft. I played for about a year.
Ooh, MMOs.
Yeah, but I mean, I went back. I played WoW for fucking 15 years. I went back to it, and so I go back to it. Within the first season, so to speak, first season, I hit top 33 on my server for Windwalker Monk. Granted, I'm on a smaller server, but top 33 Windwalker Monk. I got ahead of the curve, and in the second season, I hit top 13 Windwalker Monk on the same server, and almost had ahead of the curve 4 weeks into the season. And I just got so burnt on the content, and I just couldn't do it anymore, bro. I literally been grinding straight for like a year to the point where I was, like I said, top 100 on the fucking server, but it just no-lifed it for so long, I just couldn't fucking do it anymore.
That's the hardest part, is not burning yourself out on it. So you find something that you're good at, you enjoy it, and then you play
Battleground
that, you try to,
PvP, bro.
Yeah, you try to stream it, you try to get all this, and then you just burn out. You just don't want to play, and then from there you don't want to play, and then you just stream fails for it, and and it's rough. It really is. It's one of the hardest things. Finding something that you're You need 2 or 3 things in order to really gather interest. You need to either be really interactive with the people that come in, entertaining you yourself, and or skilled at whatever it is that you're doing.
Yep.
And so finding something that you're good at, that you can also be entertaining with, that you don't burn yourself out on, dude, it's not easy. Streaming is,
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
consistently a year and a half, 2 years before you start gathering any traction, and then even
Yeah,
then you have to
like-
keep going and bring that community
I'll
somewhere else.
be honest with you. I genuinely feel like one of my biggest mistakes with streaming was thinking that my niche was fucking, video games. I'm not overly great at any aspect of a video game other than PvE raiding in World of Warcraft, which no one gives a fuck about watching really, or battlegrounds and MMOs. That's really it. I'm not overly funny. I'm not, I think I would have done better, or I would do better as an IRL streamer, like a just chatting streamer, talking about life, bullshit, what's going on, like
Exactly
granted,
what we're doing right now.
Yes, like not necessarily politics or anything like that, because I don't give a fuck about politics, bro. It does nothing but cause division, and that's I ain't about that.
It's just people and their opinions.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't like my politics don't define me in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like this day and age, a lot of people, their identity is their politics.
Their thoughts and their opinions.
Yes, 100%. Like that is their whole identity. Is I'm a fucking bleeding heart liberal, or I'm a fucking Trump fucking
Labels.
100%. And I'm me. That's all I am. Like I don't even talk about my politics with my family. One, I prefer to keep liking my family.
That I'll agree with, just because of talk about fucking division, dude.
Yeah, and I've been out with my family and them try to talk about it and stuff like that, or bring it up and ask my opinion, and my nephew got offended when I was like, I'm not talking about my politics. Oh, so we could sit here and talk about ours and do all this, but you can't. I was like, I didn't ask you to. I'm not talking about my politics. It's like, because my opinions and stuff like that about that shit are my own, and that's where they're gonna stay.
That's fine.
And it's like, and I'm not trying to cause problems with people. And my brother and sister-in-law completely understood it, but their son was like, what is it? DeSantis is the best governor we've ever had. If you think anything else, you're a fucking idiot. I was like, you just moved here from Texas. It's like, get out of here, bud. I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not getting into this. Not at all. I was like, I'm high, I'm drinking, I'm fucking chilling out by the pool, eating a burger. I am not having this fucking conversation. So on to some more important shit. Baldur's Gate 3, bro.
Dude, it's funny you say that. I was just reading something up on, what was it, Reddit, about fucking Baldur's Gate 3, how it had like 700,000 people and it was only expecting 100,000.
Bro, it's fucking fire. It's so good.
Is it actually good?
Yes, it's actually good, bro. It's actually good, 100%. I'm only like 6 hours into a campaign, but it's Dungeons and Dragons in a video game. You're rolling for fucking
Oh, you're rolling.
Yes, you're rolling, bro.
Rolling, dude.
Earlier today, I come up to a squirrel. I go to talk to the squirrel, and it fucking lunges at me and bites my feet. So I have two options. I can do an animal handling check, to try and, figure out what's going on with this animal.
Hell yeah.
Or I can do a dexterity check and kick this
God.
bitch. So I
Holy
tried to do animal handling. I rolled a nat 1 on animal handling.
You're fucked.
You know what this fucker did? It jumped and bit my foot again. So you know what I did? I did the dexterity check to kick it. Nat 20. I fucking exploded this bitch when I kicked it, bro. I fucking died laughing. It was the best fucking shit ever. I rolled a fucking nat 20 to kick a squirrel. I'm sitting there, like, I've had to restart the game like 3 times because I rolled a nat 1 when I fucking, like, linked up with a mind flare. Like, why was I thinking that that was a good thing to do?
Oh yeah, let's go do this real quick.
Yeah, and so party wipe fucking like 3 hours into the game. And so I fucking
yeah.
So I struggle rolling on like actual shit that drives the story, but I roll a nat 20 to kick a fucking squirrel, and I
The
boot
important
this
rolls.
bitch.
The important
And bro,
rolls.
the blood just goes flying everywhere. It hits a fucking rock and just falls lifeless down. And then people in my party are like, "What did you do that for?"
What do you mean? Look at my foot. What do you mean? What did I do that for?
And some guy was like, "You ruined a perfectly good snack."
Fuck that snack, dude. Snack bit me twice.
Enemy UAV overhead.
But that made me realize how much I want to play a fucking Dungeons and Dragons campaign, bro. I did a one shot with my sister, but she just stopped DMing it, so I never got to finish.
Yeah, see, and that is the hardest part. And Boulder's Gate might actually, be an answer to that problem is consistency and scheduling. And everybody's busy as fuck. The hardest part is when we can find time for the 4-5 of us to get together to actually finish out a campaign. Dude, you know how many unfinished campaigns that we've started between
Really?
the exact same crew of people? It's I kind of embarrassing, honestly, but we get to a certain point, dude, and we just can't keep showing up.
Yeah.
We're busy
Yeah,
as
I want to be in a campaign so bad. My sister's in the middle of one that she's been doing for about a year, and
I wish I could.
they were telling me about how one of the people left. His character died. They made it to where his character died, and he left because he had to take a break.
Yeah.
And then they rewrote him as a new character in the campaign. And I'm like, "Yo, can you do that for me?"
That's
like,
exactly
"Just
what you
write
do.
me-"
Yeah, you write
And-
them in.
Yeah, and she won't ask the guy about it. She won't ask him about it. And I'm like, just fucking throw me in the camp. She's like, "Oh, that'd be cool. You could, but you would be like, kind of like an NPC with like no." I was like, "No." I was like, "Write me into the campaign as a fucking like an actual member of the party that you find like on the fucking road." I was like, I've literally watched all sorts of campaigns because I listen to podcasts and shit like that of D&D, and shit like that happens all the fucking time. But so I don't have any friends, bro. So I don't have anyone to fucking play it with. I've even looked to see if there's like a site where you can go and like find other people who are looking to do a campaign and shit, and I don't know. I just want to be on that nerd shit.
Dude, it's when you actually get a campaign, it works out and things start kicking off. It is tons of fun. When things,
Well, just
when things
the one shot I
finally come
did, it was,
together.
yes, just a little bit of the one shot I did, bro. It was fucking ridiculous. So I played an Aarakocra Ranger named Long Talon Johansson, not Johnson, J
Johansson.
apostrophe Hansen. Yep. I was the tallest an Aarakocra can be. I wouldn't say anything, bro. Anytime it would come to me, my little gimmick was I would be in the corner, just like beaking at some raw meat, just everywhere. I pull raw meat out of my like fucking my satchel and shit. But I just tried to like super quiet, like just always off, doing some random shit when everyone else is getting into stuff, and then just going from 0 to 100.
Just
To the point where people are like Long Talon, what are you doing? What are you doing? And like the last thing that we did in the fucking the campaign is, so we're coming up to this tower. We enter a courtyard as we come out of some woods, and so we're at the front of the courtyard. The tower's probably, say 90 meters in front of us, and then slightly off to the right of the tower, the far side of the courtyard, was like 5 patrols, 5 enemies. So a couple of the people were like, well, I'm gonna stealth up to the tower, try and sneak around the back of the tower, find a way in, everything like that. And it was just me. It was me and a little halfling named Jezekiel, my buddy Jack. And
I think the names are probably one of my favorite parts about the whole campaign ideas. Keep going.
Jezekiel, he was a gilf hunter.
My man.
But he's a little fucking dude, bro. Everyone's trying to stealth up and shit like that, and it comes to my turn, and they're like, "So what's Long Talon doing?" I was like, "Well, you come to Long Talon." I was like, and he is sitting down on a log, just beaking at some raw meat. I was like, I stand up, put my wings out to full length, wrap Jezekiel in my arms, pull him close, kiss him on his forehead, and fly me and him into the middle of these 5 people. And my buddy Jezekiel's like, oh, Long Talon? Are you sure we want to do this? I didn't say a fucking word. Just kissed beat the guy on the head and flew him into the middle of 5 people. And the entire party was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Even the DM was like, my sister was like, are you sure that's what you want to do? I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I want to do.
I'm already doing it.
Yeah. I'm like, it's already done. And I was like, I am there. Yeah, bro. It's like, it's fucking awesome. And every night that we would do it, I would have a different accent. I was like, no, my accent is just ever evolving. And I was like, I don't have a different one. It's just like different areas we go to, different dialects. It's like I just innately pick up on that, and my accent just changes. It's like it's fluid.
Wherever
I'm
I
not
go,
gender
you hear
fluid.
an
I'm
accent, you
actor
pick it
fluid.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually, if that's how Baldur's Gate's gonna be, then I'm actually really interested in it then.
Bro, I've been having a blast.
I'll have to talk to my brother about it, because if we might be able to set something up to set up like a co-op campaign of some kind.
It's you can do 4 people.
Yep, that's all we need. Any more than that, scheduling things get really complicated.
Yeah, for sure. I even started making a homebrew.
Sick.
I got quite a bit of it done. But it's just a motivation issue. Like, I don't know. It's just...
It's the hardest part, because my brother and I, like, he's the primary DM, I'm the co-DM, so we shoot ideas back and forth with each other, and then, you know, sometimes I'll take the helm, sometimes he'll take the helm, and, you know, having a second person to really feed off of definitely helps in terms of motivation, because if one person's motivated, it'll help the other guy.
Yep.
And so doing it by yourself, you know, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, and then when I say homebrew, I mean like 100% from scratch. Like, yeah, it was, and I enjoyed it, like coming up with it, because I've always wanted to write a book and shit like that, and so it gave me a way to like have that outlet without fully having to commit to writing a book. Because one, like, I've read enough fantasy and stuff like that to where, like, I've built worlds and stuff, shit like that. I've written a couple chapters and stuff, but I'm an awful writer.
And that's where other people come in, find your weaknesses, and then find some people that, you know, have those strengths and fill in the gaps.
My sister literally went to school for writing, like, has written short stories and tons of stuff like that, and I've tried to get her to, like, kind of edit and, like, proofread my shit like that, but it's so hard to get her to fucking do anything, yeah.
And that's also probably a motivation thing too. You know, everybody struggles with their own thing, and for the most part, it's usually motivation related. Getting people involved is the hardest part. Getting people interested and keeping them interested is the hard part, because that'll feed into motivation. Let's kill that guy first. There we go.
Kill confirmed.
Where are you? Oh, there you go. Oh, God, I haven't thought about D&D in fucking ever.
I've been listening to Not Another D&D podcast quite a bit. That shit is fucking... It's hysterical, bro. You ever, like, watch Critical Role, D20, anything like that?
My brother and I would go through and watch Critical Role, and we get ideas back and forth from that.
Like, I love the cast of Critical Role and stuff, but admittedly, I don't necessarily enjoy watching or listening to the podcast, because they do try and be a little bit more serious most of the time. Even though it's D&D, so there's comical elements and shit like that. But I prefer the more lighthearted campaigns. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like the ones that you would have with your buddies and stuff. But they do it. They're
Yeah.
very serious about it. Like this is what they actually make probably decent money off of what it is that they're doing. And so you
Oh,
treat it like
they
a job
yes,
it is
they
and
make
everything,
tons of
right?
money, 100%. Yep, absolutely.
That's why they do
Yeah,
it.
they're
and-
definitely more serious about it. But there's like Laura Bailey fucking kills me, bro. Like every fucking anytime there's ever anything said or reference or anything that could be taken into any sort of perversion or something like that, this grown ass like 40-year-old woman just fucking loses it.
Yeah, sex
And
drive.
you can tell she's just trying to keep it together. And then Matt Mercer will look at her and literally just like, you can tell he's just like, it's so far like, God fucking damn it, Laura Bailey.
We talked about this.
Yep.
Rip.
But Mercer, I don't know, but he did the voice of McCree Cassidy in Overwatch.
Yeah. Yep. That's
And he-
actually
and he also-
Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
that's how my brother introduced him to me. Because
Really?
that's when that was like the height of my Overwatch. He's like, yeah, this guy, yeah, he also does D&D stuff. We were trying to get into that too. I'm like, no way. Like,
Bro,
yeah, dude.
he's one of the best voice actors I've ever fucking heard. The shit that he can do, like the sounds that he fucking makes, fucking crazy. He also does one of my favorite voices one of my favorite characters in League of Legends, Kindred. He voices Wolf. Kindred is a lamb and a wolf, and he voices the wolf.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really followed much of it after once things kind of fell off. Like once I moved out. I mean, when I say I dropped off the grid, like I stopped doing fucking everything just so we can make some money so we can move out. And so D&D stopped, gaming stopped, streaming stopped.
Yeah,
And
well,
it's real hard. I know it's real hard bringing those ties back to where they were. So I'm super happy you spoke up. You said something just now because there's a couple of people that I need to talk to.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, bro. The reason, like, I kind of figured that you were trying to just distance yourself from everything, because there was a couple times in the past year where I'd messaged you and stuff like that, and then got quick little responses and shit like that. But I'm not really one of those people. Like, if I feel like if I reach out and the feeling of wanting to like bullshit with somebody, hang out and game, if I feel like it's not mutual, then I'm not gonna make the effort. You know what I mean? Like I have, what is it, 3 or 4 friends that I used to play with for years and years and years, who just fucking like stopped showing the interest. And so like there was a buddy of mine who I'd known for 10 fucking years, bro, and like just stopped hitting me back up and everything like that. And so I looked, last message I received from him was 2 years ago. Like I just don't have time for people who aren't willing to make time for me. But like I'll reach out like 3 or 4 times, and then once I feel like boom, nope, they want nothing to do with me, then I'll say fuck it and won't try anymore.
And
But I never really got that with you. Like I knew you were dealing with shit like with your life. I mean, we both have a kid about the same age. I know Cherish's situation and yours and everything like that. And
that's
so
exactly what
I-
it was. Like it had nothing to do with you. It had to do with
Oh, I know that.
us. And
Because there was never anything
negative.
that would have been that would have been a trigger for that response. Where in the there has been things with other people in the past and shit like that. And like my buddy that I'm talking about, like there was one and it was like I can tell you what changed it. So we were playing League, and it's just the type of person where like if he's doing good, it's like fuck yeah, man, this is awesome. But as soon as he's like dies, just would rage and just get so negative and stuff like that. And
high highs, low lows.
yeah, and I told him, but in a game, I don't get like that. Like I game to game. If it's the point where I'm frustrated with a game, I'm not just gonna sit there and rage about it. I'm just gonna stop playing it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I
that's
told
exactly how you
him
do it.
one day, I go, Max, I was like, bro, I was like, I love you to death. He's like, and I know that you're not directing it towards me. It's like, but it's really hard for me to focus on my own mentals and not tilting and, you know, performing well. It's like when I have you in my ear just, oh, fuck this fucking sucks, blah, 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 this. And it's like, and I know you're just frustrated and everything like that. It's like, but that negativity is like, negativity just breeds more negativity.
It's very,
It's
very,
like-
very contagious.
Yes, it's like, so when you're just putting that out there, it's like, I can't keep a, you know, a decent mindset when all I have in my ear is, oh, fuck this, it fucking sucks. And he's like, oh, I understand, you know, I try and be better about it. And since then, like, he literally just, after that, just like stopped playing with me. You know, fucking canceled a day that we were supposed to meet up, like actually meet in real life and shit like that. And yeah, it just went downhill.
And that's
And I have
and
another
that's-
buddy I went to Louisiana and met in March. Someone I gamed with for about 8-9 years. And since then, I haven't played anything with. Like, I fucking hate people, bro. It's like, is my personality really that abrasive? Like,
and-
don't answer that. Don't answer that. I
You
don't want to
me
know.
go on? All right, let me pull my my little notebook out here real quick. All right, all right. The
Well, I
day
know
is
you and I
August,
have had our
7th.
differences. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure there's never a time where I've been frustrated with you or you've been frustrated with me where either of us have thought, oh, you know, fuck this person, what a piece of shit, or anything like that.
That's not how I work, and I don't think that's
Yeah.
how you work either. Like, even if something stupid happens, right, and we get into some shit together, right, I can't keep thinking like that. Like, I'm very much of a, like, as little negativity as possible. You know, there's no point holding on to it, right? If I'm trying to live my life and not be negative, then why would I hold on to any of that bullshit? So even if something does happen that's bad, right, do what you can to fucking move past it, man. And
100%.
I know that's so much easier said than done. Some people just don't, you know, some people are literally chemically imbalanced to the point to where they are physically unable to let go of certain negativities, and
Yeah.
that I understand and I, you know, sympathize with, but that's not how I work. And
I'm glad that's not my chemical imbalance.
I'm glad that's not my imbalance, man.
Uh,
I got lucky, you didn't, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but I'm not gonna let you, you know, bring me down like that. If you saying something like that to your buddy, to try to remove that negativity out of your life, wants to then remove himself completely from it, then, you know, in my eyes, I hate saying it like this, but less
weren't-
negativity to me is
yeah.
100% better.
100%. But I mean, like I said, it's somebody that I started playing with him when he was 16 years
Yeah,
old.
It's really
You know,
hard when it's
and
somebody that's
so
been with
it-
you for so long.
Exactly, because in reality, it's not the current friendship that you are losing or that you're upset about losing. It's the memories, and that's the one thing that you have to realize is that, you know, that at a certain point, it's not the person that you're missing. It's, you know, all the shit you guys did together. But, you know, shit fucking changes. So when it changes, you know, it's just time to fucking move on.
Thanks for the memories.
Mm.
Even though the book don't
I don't know if he tastes like him on the sweeter, you know, but I don't know if you
That's still a banger though, bro. I fucking love Fall Out Boy.
2023. I don't know if you taste your boy like that, but
No, come here. Let me get a taste. No, we don't taste our boys.
when's the last time you showered? You taste like fucking last Wednesday, man.
I showered 10 minutes ago.
Did you actually shower, or did you just turn the shower
Perpetual.
on?
Just let the water beat over your
Oh,
body.
water gun. Dude, I did that today without realizing that. I turned the shower on, dude, and I had to take a fat shit, and I sat there for probably 25 minutes not realizing that the bathroom was getting steamy and I was wasting water.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it
The
happens,
worst is when
man.
you don't realize you have to shit until you get in the shower and like the hot
Oh.
water like hits you and your body starts relaxing, and you're like,
Relaxing,
oh my
man.
god, I'm about to shit myself
I hate
in this fucking shower.
I hate nothing more than having to step straight out of the shower and take a shit, dude. Wet
Ah,
shits when you're
bro.
like hot and sweaty shits. I hate it. My least
But
favorite thing on the planet.
especially when it's so bad, you don't have time to fully dry off anything but your ass to sit on the seat.
Just so you can sit on
Yes,
the seat,
bro.
so you don't slide off and fucking
Yes.
projectile shit onto the floor.
We are definitely speaking from experience.
Experience, yeah. Hypotheticals, you know. This didn't just happen 25 minutes ago.
No, it was
Oh
last
my
week.
God. Burnt into my memories.
Yeah, I literally had that shit last week. I was taking a shower and I'm like, God damn it, I'm not gonna make it out of this fucking shower, bro.
Dude, get yourself some some waffle stomping, man. Dude, get it down there, dude. You gotta hit the stomp and twist. Gotta get it down the drain.
Stop and twist. It's never that serious.
All Sabo. Collect
Oh, dude, sometimes it's thick.
secure them for extract.
Oh,
It starts coming out and you're like, oh shit, this is a gripper. You gotta grip both sides of the fucking seat. I'm like, oh shit. I need
man.
an old priest and a young priest.
I'm getting elevation.
The power of Christ compels you.
Oh man, holy water, holy water. Oh, dude. Oh man, I'm happy you texted me, dude. Cause now that I'm in this position, the next thing I need to do is start rebuilding those ties. You know, and you were definitely one of them for sure.
I'm always here, bro.
I know. I need just. There's so many of them, you know. Now that you got a little bit of time to be able to kind of do things, you know, you try to keep those friendships back up. And
I hate to say it, but that's always been my biggest problem in maintaining relationships is that it's. I know that, admittedly, I'm not the best friend. Like, I'm a nice guy and everything like that. I'm friendly, and that's not why I'm not a good friend. It's because it's really hard for me to put in the effort to maintain a relationship.
yeah, and
Because
that's, you know,
a lot of the time I would just rather just chill and do my own
Yes.
thing.
I absolutely understand that. That's a certain level of like introversion on top of. Usually for me, my problem is the fact that I don't have enough time for myself. That anytime I do have time, I want to spend it on myself, right? And if you have an excess of that time, I feel more willing, able, and capable to spend it on, you know, everybody else. You know, if I'm not spending time on me, it's on the kid or the wife. And
Exactly.
you know,
The best way I could say it is, so I want to be invited. You know, I want to be included, but I don't want to go. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, yeah, I want that kinship and everything like that, but I don't want to put in the effort to make that happen. It's like, yeah, it's like I want to be included, but I don't want to go, but I want you to want me to go. You know what I mean?
make me feel wanted.
Yes, I'm not gonna go, like, but it'd be nice to feel like you wanted me to go.
Quick fix online.
Ooh. Oh, I fucking flinched my way out of that. Oh, what time is it? 12:19. I got a little bit longer in me here. Stop. I'm gonna go smoke. Once I smoke, dude, I'm not talking, dude. I get so brain dead when I smoke. That's why I wait till the very last second. I can't do it when I play games. I can't do it socially when I go out. I'll drink, dude. I'll fucking I'll hammer down a bottle of Fireball, dude. But once I smoke, dude, that's it. Game over. It's gonna be bedtime right afterwards.
Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I don't get how some people can do that and they just like smoke and then just go to a party or something. They like pre-game
No.
smoke.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Especially lately, like I get more heady when I smoke. Like I just become fucking just meh.
Dude, I hate this shit. Yeah. And ooh, okay, that's not the guy I needed to kill. Yeah, that's just. I don't know if it's what I'm smoking or how much I'm smoking, which is why I indulge rarely. I microdose more often than not. Because that definitely helps me. It saves me money. It just all around, I'm just better for it.
Enemy UAV active.
Oh no! How do I miss that? Don't kill me, please. I'm just a. Oh, you're dead.
My personality is a bit too addictive for microdosing. I tried, and there was actually a month where,
Cluster mine active.
I went through a quarter in a month.
Yep, that's. I mean, I bought my quarter in March, and I'm
so
still trying
proud,
to go
bro.
through it.
Bro, so proud.
Yeah.
But then because when I went through that, then I was like, okay. And then now it's if I'm buying, I go through a quarter in about 10 days. And that's being generous.
That's wild to me.
Well, it's because so I've been smoking for so long. I will be 100% honest with you. I genuinely think I'm more addicted to the actual physical act of smoking
The habitual
Then-
act of it. Than
than I am the actual marijuana. Like, I'm not saying I'm not addicted to the marijuana, and anybody who says they smoke marijuana for a long period of time with the consistency that I have and says that they're not addicted is fucking lying. Marijuana is absolutely addictive.
it's habitually addictive. It's not
Yes.
physically addictive, like to where you stop doing it, your body will
It
have
is.
withdrawal
It
symptoms.
absolutely does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
No, I'm
that's-
telling you, I have gone through withdrawals from marijuana, but it's not to the extent of like a cocaine withdrawal or anything like that.
it
It's
itches
mostly
and stuff.
it's like irritability, anxiety is a bit higher, and then like I was telling you earlier, like I would just get like that light like tremble in my fucking chest where just my anxiety sits. And it was rough, but you know that's the extent of it. And then 2 days later, I'm good to go. You know, it's so I will 100% say there are withdrawals, but it is to the severity of alcohol, cocaine, or anything like that. Not even 5% of what somebody who's withdrawing from something like that goes through. Not
And-
remotely. It's just high anxiety, irritability, loss of appetite.
Yeah. And with that sense, thinking it that way, literally everything has addictive qualities to it then. Because
Yes.
when your body becomes...
I'm addicted to video games.
100%, dude. If I go without it, dude, I get irritable.
Yep.
The fuck?
And like, there's times where like I don't even necessarily, I'm not even having fun. Like I just feel like I have to do it to do it.
That's why streaming's nice, because you can make it an excuse.
Yep.
And then, if you do happen to benefit from it and profit out of it, then you have that excuse, expands and it grows. And that's kind of where I'm hoping to be able to do it from. I'm tired of, spending 55 hours out of the house and Cherish is stuck in the house, all week. And then the second I get home, we have to go out because she's stuck inside and Jude's stuck inside. And
Like it's definitely
it's just how it
it's
is.
definitely made it a lot harder for me to be that corporate shill now that I have a family, and I realize how much time I am taken away from being able to do what I want to do more than anything which is be present as a father.
Yep.
100%. Like, and so my buddy will say this to me all the time. There's never been a person on their deathbed who has said, "Oh, I wish I worked more overtime."
Ever. Just because nobody wants to. It's the...
Like, you regret the time that you don't spend with your family, not the time you didn't spend making money or grinding and shit like that. And like, my dad worked 6 days a week, 70 hours a week for my entire life until the point where he was too sick to work. And so, like, honestly, brother, I don't have any memories of just me and my dad. Because he was only ever there on the weekends for baseball games or, and I just don't.
And the problem is like, maybe that was just the hand that was dealt to him. Like, a lot of these people have to work 70 hours.
But it's that old school mindset, bro. Like, if you're not working your ass off to do everything you can to provide for your family, then you're a failure. That's that old school mindset. And like, he failed me in so many other ways. You know what I mean? Like, he might not have failed me, providing, but he 100%, failed me as a father.
Just out of just sheer not being
And
there.
just
Absence, sheer
not being
absence.
there. Yeah, just not being there. And when he was there, he was so bitter because he's just so tired and overworked, and then come home and deal with 3 fucking kids. He couldn't fucking do it. And, you know, my dad didn't have a great upbringing. You know, his mom was abusive, and his dad died of a heart attack when my dad was like 10 or some shit. So it's just, you know, the template that our parents had is it
not
doesn't
working.
work.
It doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work for me. No.
It doesn't work for. It's not. It is actively failing. We can't say it doesn't work for me or it doesn't work for him or them, dude. It is actively failing as a system. That's shit. That's where we're at. People are finally starting to realize that, hey, I'm tired of working fucking 55 hours a week.
No.
And that's, I can tell you right now, that's exactly the issue that we're having with Junior now, the fact that I need to be present for him, and I can't be. You know, we just, financially, we can't be. And he's about to get ready to go to school. I mean, you figure out a school for your kid yet? Get all that stuff figured out? Because she's ahead of us, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but she's been in daycare since she was 1. And
yeah.
Daycare, they actually do schooling and stuff like that. So she's been, you know, in classrooms with kids since she was 1.
Yeah, and that's something that I really wish that we had the financials to figure out when he was that age. I mean, granted, COVID literally started, the lockdown started a month before he was born. But still.
Yeah, it started 2 months after she was born. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you only have a handful of months ahead of you.
You're April. She's January, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. I didn't think it was that
Right,
close.
April, right? It's like
Yep.
April 20 something.
Late April 30th. Yeah.
26. Oh, April 30th. Okay, I don't know why
Yeah,
26 popped. I knew it was late April.
25 was the original plan, or the original expected date, and then he waited. He was like, "No, you can't get me out of this if you tried. Go ahead, Pole. See what's gonna happen." You fucker. He got that out of me. I'll tell you what, though. If you got any genes, dude, he got the fucking sarcastic bullshit genes out of me.
Yeah, bro. Evelyn is fucking wild, bro. And, like, she is just so loud and fucking just like so animated, and bro, I look at her and I'm like, fuck me, bro. That is literally little me. She looks like my wife, but her personality is all me. All me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. This is what we got, though.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a fucking handful, bro. Man, she talks so much. Like, full fucking vocabulary. Can hold sentences with us and shit like that. Yeah.
That's Jude's struggling with that right now. He's too
Well,
hyperactive.
Can I be honest? What I think really helped was her being around other kids.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I think it is being around other kids and hearing them talk. I think will motivate him as well, because he's super sociable.
Exactly.
He's around any other kid or any. I mean, he likes older women, but you know.
Yeah.
Any other kid, dude, and he's all about it, dude. And that's what we were afraid of, is that he wouldn't be super sociable, but that kid's a fucking butterfly.
Evelyn had a red day at daycare the other day because she kissed a kid. And my wife comes over and tells me that. I go, whoa. I was like, I'm not ready for your daughter kissed a kid at school conversation when she's not even fucking 4.
The birds and bees.
Hold on.
The birds and bees.
I was like, she's not even 4. And so we asked her, like, Evelyn, what'd you do? She said, he kissed me on my cheek, so I kiss him. I go, so it's like, you didn't just walk in. She's like, no, he kissed my cheek, and I kissed him on his cheek. And I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna have
you
to
don't.
meet.
I was like, we drew a list. I was like, you can kiss these 5 people: mommy, daddy, Gigi, Gaga, and Papa. That's it. Those are the only people you're allowed to kiss. It's like, okay. Like, goddamn, little girl. Yeah, her hair is down like past her ass, bro.
Oh, dude, yeah, Jude would get there if his hair wasn't so fucking curly. Oh my god, because we're growing his out too. We haven't cut
Hers
his
is
yet.
wavy. Like down at the ends, like it just little curly cues, bro, everywhere.
We were thinking about trimming just a little bit, just to help with growth, but
Yeah, we were going to, because I mean she still has the baby hair, and the ends they're shot, bro, and because it's like the pattern of growth is hers all over the place, bro. Fucking all over the place.
I think that's what
And
we
it's just
need to do next is find somebody to. Dude, Jude is too restless for us to find anybody to be willing to cut his hair. Like that boy is ridiculously hyperactive. Like I mean that runs in the family. I had it, my older brother had it, and we all grew out of it over time. We had certain times where we did have medication for it. Blah 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 blah. You know all that, right? And we're getting to that point with him where we're realizing, you know, just how like to what extent he has it, and it's pretty severe. We were at, what was it? It was July 4th. We went downtown to the pier, and they have all these little they had all the bounce houses, the slides and everything. He was the only kid out of everyone that was there that could not sit still. Like I had to have him like wait in line to be able to go on the slide, dude. And he did not sit still, dude. His arms were throwing around. You know, he was dealing with his frustrations in his way. You know, he did well, but I think just bringing him out there and seeing the other kids with him and being in isolation for so long really makes me realize just how wild he is.
Yeah.
So, you know, kids will be kids. You know, I grew out of mine. He'll grow out of his. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be perfectly fine. What are you shooting at?
No, I think my daughter's gonna be batshit crazy.
That's not necessarily a terrible thing.
No.
I mean,
Not like clinically insane, but
Well, I mean, you never know. We can get there. Do you have a straight jacket with her for her?
no, what I do sometimes, I will literally like take my legs and like wrap them around her and put her in a position where she can't get out and be like, you gotta get out. And literally make her struggle to get out. Like, you gotta overcome this. And like she gets out all the time. Like I'll leave like a little gap for her and like let her like try and find the way out. So if she's like annoying me or something like that, I literally just like put her in a leg cage. I'm like, nope, you gotta get out. I'm like, shut up.
Figure it out. Come on, you're old enough.
And she'd be like, no, Daddy, let me go.
That's what I can't wait for. I can't wait to get to the point to where I can have those kind of interactions with my kid. I can talk to him and full
It's a game changer,
conversations with him. It'd just be so much easier to take care of him too when he can actually say, "Hey, I need to do this," or "Hey, I did this." Or
it's easier to reason with them when you're both capable of understanding each other. Like, granted, there's some things that, you know, obviously she's not even 4 yet, so she doesn't fucking understand. But you would be amazed at how much I can get done with offering high fives for fucking currency.
fucking loves high five, man.
I tell her, like, I will give you a crispy ass high five if you eat those 3 pieces of chicken. Okay. Eat the chicken, be like, high five, Dada. I'm like, fuck yeah, little girl. Yeah, high fives are currency, and then lollipops. She loves lollipops.
I'm still trying to really find my go-tos with Jude, because he can't even make up his mind. He doesn't know what the fuck he wants. Like, he'll think he'll want one thing, and then he'll pick it up and be like, nah, I don't want that, and he'll fucking throw it down and find something else, dude.
Yeah, the only thing is she doesn't, like, she plays with the toys, but she'd rather play with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, absolutely, you know.
And that's difficult.
Well, yeah, you can't do that all the time. Hell, I'm at work most of the time, you know. And it sucks, because I'd love to be here to play with him I have to make as little noise as possible when I come home around the time of his bedtime, because if he even slightly hears me, he won't go to sleep.
Yeah, I believe it.
Enemy targets at the hard point.
No, I mean, when I'm gone for his entire day and I'm finally home, you know, 20 minutes after he goes down for bed,
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the air. Enemy
that boy ain't
UAV
gonna sleep.
in the air.
Nope.
We'll, you know, things will improve. You know, it'll be a lot easier, especially once he starts going to school. I feel like he'll improve socially. He'll improve in his speech, and his hyperactivity will go down as well. And then we'll
And
have
the-
time to be able to spend with him too.
A good thing with school that's really helped her is regularity with her schedule, consistency. Like she eats lunch at the same time, you know, she takes naps at the same time and stuff like that. So even on the weekends, we know that anywhere between 12 and 2 o'clock, you know, she's going to be getting tired and shit like that. You know, we know when she's going to want snacks. You know, it makes it to where it's, you know, there's consistency. It's good to have like a kid on a schedule, because if not, then like she's all over. Even in summer, we keep her in daycare. Like, for one, we don't want to lose our spot and have to find another daycare.
Especially if you find
But
a good
also
daycare.
because, yeah, and I mean, we pay $180 a week, which is cheap as fuck
That's
in this
low.
area for daycare.
I would not. Yeah, I can't afford. I genuinely, I'd not be able to afford that.
We can't afford it now at all.
You
Like, I have no income coming in, and like even these sales and shit we're making, like this is all, you
It
know,
won't
shit.
even-
I can't, you know, this is between me and him. I can't, you know, take that to fucking pay for shit. Like, we're trying to grow this business, and we
It's
got to
gotta
do
go
it
back-
the right
it's gotta
fucking
go back
way.
into
It's
the
got to go
business, yeah.
back into the fucking business.
Yep, dude. The struggle, man. Oh,
Yep. It's his life, my guy. It's his life.
we're both on like the exact same page.
Yep.
Dude, and it sucks.
The most frustrating part about it, which is why I struggle with motivation right now, is because 35 years old, and like I don't have a clue. You know, I thought I had a clue and I thought I had a path and shit like that, but now it's just what is it? I saw a video last night, and this guy, what he said, it just resonated. Like, it was you know who Big DOS TV is?
No.
Well, it's been YouTuber for 10 fucking years, you know, plus one of those guys who, you know, like crazy tips to delivery drivers, will randomly like cut people's headphones and give them fucking brand new iPods, or yeah, you know, shit like that. One of those. Well, it's a video. He's tipping delivery drivers PlayStation 5s. So, guy in his like late 40s comes up, and the guy's like, "How you doing today, man?" He's like, "Oh, I'm frustrated." He's like, "Oh, sorry to hear that, bro." He's like, "You know, we're, you know, doing a thing, and it's like you were tipping people stuff that they don't usually get, and you know, gave him PlayStation and everything like that." And he's like, "You know, hopefully, you know, that can clear your frustrations." And he's like, it's not, you know, like this." He's like, I mean, he's like, every decision I've made in my life, I've made the wrong decision. He's like, and here I am, driving for DoorDash. He's like delivering to this, you know, dude, at a fucking mansion. He's like, this is all I've ever wanted. And it's like, yeah, you know, it's like, I fucking feel that, man. I feel like every decision I've made in my life has been, or all the important decisions I made in my life have been wrong, and have put me into where I am now, which is, you know, I have the biggest question mark, not even on my future, but on my present right now, that I haven't had in, you know, 15 fucking years. And I know it's exacerbated by the fact that I have a child. And so, you know, all these things where maybe it is the same situation I was in years ago, but it just hits that much harder now, because it's not just you're letting down. Like,
Yeah,
it's
everything you do, you know, also directly affects your family.
And then it hurts even more when it's like, it doesn't matter to them how much I'm failing them, because I'm still dada, and she just loves the shit out of me unconditionally. and it just makes me feel so much worse.
I'm
like-
trying, honey. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's awesome to have that love and everything, but it's like, fuck, man. It's like, it just makes me feel like I'm failing her that much more, because like she thinks I'm giving her the world, and I can't give her anything. It's rough.
Yeah, because I'm on a position now where I know if I continue it in 10 years, I'll be in your exact shoes.
Break the cycle, bro.
Yeah, and yeah, it does. It frightens the ever-living fuck out of me. It does. And what can I do about it? I mean, I feel like in my position, you know, I've done what I can. I am genuinely waiting on something, on somebody else, on something else. I'm dependent on somebody else to be able to help so that we can set things straight. And that's, you know, I know exactly who, what, when, where, and why, and all I can do is motivate and provide until that, you know, day comes.
Yep.
And that's exactly where I'm at. Dude, it's the boot.
The boot. Das Boot.
Das Boot, dude. Fucking existential crises.
Yeah. Like, I was even thinking the other day, I was like, am I going through a midlife crisis? I was like, I very well might be going through my midlife crisis.
The problem is that I'm 25 thinking the exact same thing, right? People are hitting it so much sooner. My brother just, you know, he's about to hit 30 here in September. And I mean, he just dropped, he did the exact same thing you did. He was making money as, you know, as a deli manager for Publix, and he dropped the position because it wasn't what he needed. It was too much, and you know, it made the money, but that was it.
Yeah.
And so there are so many people in that position where there's just nothing fulfilling anymore. It's all about money for bills and whether or not it keeps you on your feet and you can survive. And everybody goes through their midlife crisis at 24 because they've been doing the same thing for, I mean, I've been working since I was 14. I've been working for over a decade now. And
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that, especially your generation, you're being pushed and pulled in so many different directions by what has been the status quo for years and years and years, from, you know, the generations before me, and then you have millennials like myself who, you know, all we talk about and everything is just how, you know, fuck the man and everything, but we're still so fucking corporate and everything. And then your generation sees this, and it's like, boom, it's like we're getting pulled by the older generation to, oh, you know, you gotta work hard, nose to the grindstone, boys don't fucking cry, you know, all this bullshit. And then you have us, you know, the millennials, who are like, you know, more, you know, we're the perfect in between of what you're dealing with, of what you are now and then what our parents were. And then you see that and it's like, okay, well, you know, yeah, fuck the man and everything, you know, I resonate with that shit. It's like, but this guy's 35, doesn't have a fucking thing figured out. It's like, so it's like, is that my future? And so, like, right now, I think the reason, like, there's a mental health crisis going on in this country.
100%. And it's not anybody, it's not any of our faults.
No, it is 100% the mental health issues that this country is facing right now is because of the boot that has been around our neck, not just from corporations and shit, but from these archaic ideals of how a man's supposed to be a man, how a woman's like, this is the norm, this is what you're supposed to do, and any deviation from this, you're a weenie, you're less than, you know, or not enough. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. Like, I never in my life ever saw my father show any emotion other than fucking anger. You know what I mean? And so when I was a kid growing up, like, I was angry as fuck, and I thought anything else was an inappropriate response. And then I start getting older and forming my own opinions and, you know, like, coming to terms with who I am mentally and emotionally and shit like that. And then I'm being pulled different ways because it's like, this was the example set for me and everything like this. but this is how I am. It's like, and then I feel like I feel less than because I'm not capable of living up to, you know, the standard that was put forth for me, even though it's so unrealistic and just like I said, archaic. Like to think that this is the template. This is what you have to be as a man. This is what you have to be as a woman. Anything else in between is just pish posh, and you're wasting your fucking time.
That
It's
template,
just-
that template's getting thrown away now. That's
Yeah,
that's
but
what's going
that's
on. People
but,
are just
but it's because of all that. While there's a fucking crisis in this country, and it's a mental health crisis. Like the suicide rate for men in this country is one of the highest it's been in the past 2 decades. It's fucking crazy, bro. And you know, it's men 25 to like 40. It's us. Because it's the pressures of what it is to be a man in this country, while still maintaining a sense of self and, you know, being the person that you feel you need to be. It's too much, bro. It's too fucking much.
and the majority of people can't and will not be able to handle it.
No, and like no one can. It's so hard for anybody to just let people be and just let people exist. You know, everyone has to throw their opinions and their bullshit at somebody or this and that.
That's how some of those people get that fulfillment, which is one of the hardest parts. It's like
100%, yeah.
it's people inherently aren't bad, a lot of them, but when you shit down their throats for generations, dude, they get bitter.
Yes.
What other reaction do you expect from people? It's like you take away everything from them and leave them no choice but to work or go homeless, and you want them to be okay with it. And that's kind of where we're at. And
I
bitterness
agree.
should be
People
expected.
aren't inherently bad, aren't inherently evil, but we are conditioned to think that this is what's good and this is what is not. Like this is what it has to be. And this is what it shouldn't be. And like I said, anything else is you're less than, or you're not enough, or like how fucking dare you try and be an individual. Like growing up as a kid, how many times in school was you gotta be an individual, all this, find out who you are, be yourself and all this shit, and then you become an individual and nobody wants any fucking thing to do with you. Like no company wants to invest in you because you have a mind of your own. Like it's just fucking crazy, bro. Like this world is just full of contradictions from the day you're born till the day you fucking die. And we're just supposed to accept it and just fucking grin and bear it, bro. Like it's fucking insane.
It's kind of like the whole what we were talking about earlier, right? It's when somebody gets bent over their whole life, they expect those around them that are being brought up to also be fucked in the ass just as hard.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they're not a real man, or you're lax, or you're lazy, you're blah 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 blah, and then that's the cycle.
You can use video games for an analogy with that. Like how many games have you played? It's like where when you first start playing, you have to grind so hard to get this piece of gear or to get this achievement or something like that. And then a year later, they change the requirements and everything like that. Or they change the requirements and basically you go in there and do a tenth of what you did and you get the achievement, you get the gear. And then people are like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. I had to fucking grind my ass off and fucking work so hard to do that. And you're just fucking handed that. Whatever, fucking like take your welfare fucking epics, it's just fucking crazy, bro. And it's in every aspect of life. Every fucking aspect of life.
And a lot of that is when all you're given is crumbs your whole life, then people start reacting and getting pissed off at other people's crumbs that are being given to them, right?
100%.
And it has to do with the fact that there is no fulfillment anymore in the systems that have been created in any first world country. It's just it's not there anymore. There's no fulfillment.
No.
So
there's no real incentive to bust your ass in this country. Like this country has done so much to make it to where like there is no incentive for hard work, like within corporations and shit like that, because it doesn't matter. You could be the most well-performing person in the fucking company, but if you're in a position where you're performing for them and they don't need to do anything for you, they're not gonna fucking do anything for you, bro.
They're not gonna go out of the way for you.
No. There's no incentive to work hard. So, you know, those who are actually capable of being top performers in aspects of life don't fucking work hard, bro. Because where's the incentive to fucking work 50, 60 hours a week? It's not like me working 50, 60 hours a week for somebody else is going to put me in a position to where I can be everything I need to be for those who matter to me. No, it means that I'm going to have to be less than I need to be or want to be, because I have to dedicate so much just to get that crumb.
And then you get mad when other people are just given crumbs because all we're dealt with is crumbs. Whereas if we all had, you know, slices of bread to actually deal with, then crumbs suddenly seem like no big deal.
I'm glad that that's never been my disposition. Like, I've never worked for something, seen somebody else get something significantly easier than I had it and been like, well, fuck them, that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you might be a little envious and stuff like that. Like, man, I wish it was that easy for me. But not, there would never be any malintent or anything like that towards somebody because they got something easier for me. Because the way I look at it, and, you know, granted, this might be just a condition of how I was raised and everything like that, but everything we do, like, should be to make things better and easier for those who come after us. Like,
that hasn't been the case in 3.5 generations.
But that's just always been my mindset, bro. Like, we should leave the world a better place than we fucking found it, and we should try. You know, I don't want my daughter to have the same life I did. I want her to have an exponentially better life than I did. And I want, you know, those, you know, who come after me or come after her to have a better life than she did. Like, even if they're not any relation to me or whatever, I don't give a fuck. I want everybody to thrive in this fucking world. Because if everybody's thriving, everybody's, you know, driven and happy, like, granted, it's never gonna happen. But could you just imagine a utopia, like an actual utopian society?
It is very utopian. I disagree with the fact that I don't think it's not possible. Like, I think
it's not possible anywhere near our lifetime.
That I can agree with. I think we can definitely make the starting strides. I think that in our lifetime we will be able to set the foundation for something like that. I don't think we will be anywhere near full achievement. Probably not even in my kid's lifetime. But I genuinely think that we will leave the place better than we found it for our kids. Because with the amount of people that I hear talking about this, with the amount of people that I hear getting tired of it, with everything that's going on and the advancements in technology that are actively occurring, I think that we are definitely going to see a massive change in the near future.
Yeah.
I would say in the next decade.
I think we're due for one.
I think we are well past due for one. We're hitting the 80-year mark, and it's time for advancements. And I think it's going to happen in the next decade, very, very soon. Probably even sooner. I think we're on the tipping point.
The shift very well could start to happen in our lifetime.
Absolutely.
But I don't think it's going to be just a full swing. Boom.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like, the shift will happen in our lifetime, because, I mean, realistically, people are just fed up, bro. That's what it is. People are just fucking fed up. And like we've said over and over again tonight, the status quo just doesn't work for this well, it doesn't work for anybody.
It doesn't work.
But-
it just flat out
But this generation
fails.
are the ones who are vocal about how little it works for literally everybody. And I mean, they're just not going to take it. And in 20 years, when the current generation starts becoming parents, and you know, the future is in their hands, it's going to be different. It absolutely will be.
I
I mean, there's
think in the
already
next-
starting to be a little bit of a shift. Like,
there really has
already-
been, and honestly, I hate saying it that it took it, but I think COVID started it. I think when people
Oh, 100%. 100%.
when people were
110%.
I think when people were given I don't want to say this stimulus had a major impact on it, but I think it definitely helped people realize that the money is present to be handed out.
Yep.
And that they can stay home. The amount of things that actually got done when they didn't have to go to a full-time job to keep things flowing. When they had the time to actually spend with their kids. When they had the time to act, you know, I think that's really when people realize just how failed the current system is.
Like, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but I genuinely think that COVID was blown as far out of proportion as it was because they wanted to garner fear in the population. Like, was COVID an actual thing? Fuck yes. People lost their lives, bro. And to make light of that is so insensitive and it just asinine. It's crazy to me. I genuinely think it was blown so far out of proportion by the fucking government and all this fear mongering that, you know, was plastered all over our fucking TVs, and it had an adverse effect on what they fucking wanted. Because these people who had been working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, who were deemed non-essential, got to go home and spend their life with their families and realized, this is what I want to be doing. Not busting my fucking ass working 60 hours a fucking week for somebody who doesn't give a fuck about me and deems me non-essential as soon as, you know, it's a bad flu comes around. Because realistically, that's what COVID was. You know, the flu kills people.
Very contagious flu, yes.
Yeah, the flu kills people every year, but to the extent and the severity of COVID, it was unlike anything we'd seen in 100 years. Like, there was an example literally in San Francisco in like the 1920s. It was like the same fucking shit. There was a pandemic and everything. People they told everyone to fucking stay home. After a little bit of time, everything was good. Everyone went back to work, and then everyone got fucking sick again. And people started fucking dying again. Like, there's literally been this example 100 years ago.
Yeah, and it was in no poor use of the word. It was very much a pandemic. And I hate the fact that it's necessary, and yeah, again, making light of it might seem insensitive. I feel like making light of it is exactly what needs to be done. I think that's, you know, you can take something and be just super fucking negative about it, but you need to, like, the silver linings are absolutely there, and I think from those silver linings is what is sparking people to be more vocal about how they're being, how we're being treated on. You know, it's exactly what it is. Take it on the chin and move forward.
Yep. But the thing that I always thought was crazy with COVID is, so admittedly, I got vaccinated. I took all the precautions and everything like that, not because I was overly worried that, you know, I was going to die from COVID, but here's what it is. Because other people in this world were so concerned that they could die, or other people who had compromised health could catch this and potentially be fatal, because those people exist. And I don't mind putting a fucking mask on if that means my fellow man is that much more capable of being comfortable walking around the fucking world and me not potentially putting somebody else at risk. Like, fuck yeah, I'll wear a mask. Fuck yeah, I'll fucking disinfect the shit out of some table. Like, I have no problem fucking making a slight adjustment in my life if it means that like I'm potentially protecting or not putting the life of somebody else at risk.
Or risking their life. Yeah, I did it. You know, honestly, what I did for June.
I did it for Oakland.
You know, I did it for my family, and I did it to, you know.
Yeah. I mean, my dad was somebody who walked around with a compromised immune system for 15 years.
My entire family has, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I did it for people like that.
And that's the problem, is there's so many people that don't have that level of compassion. I mean, they were brought up without that compassion. They were brought up, you know, with fathers that work 70-hour weeks and only showed anger as an emotion, right?
Yeah.
And some of them vented that emotion towards certain races, which, you know, grew racist, and some of them pushed it towards, you know, political parties, which, you know, divides that.
Yeah, because wearing a mask is a political issue. I thought that was the biggest fucking Jesus Christ, bro. Everything in this country can just be thrown into some political fucking bullshit.
That's all it is now. Everything's just a political. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sick and tired, dude. It's just frustrating. I just want to go smoke, watch Jujutsu Kaisen, go to sleep so I can work tomorrow.
Watch what?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Anime.
Yeah, you fucking know, dude. I had this whole conversation today at work. We were talking about it, and we're like,
I've never been able to get into anime, bro.
You've never been able to?
Well, let me correct that. You're gonna hate me for what I'm about to say. I enjoy American anime.
Why would I hate you for that?
Because I've said that to people, like, you don't like actual anime, but you like fucking like
It's
I like
all the same
Dragon
fucking,
Ball Z. Dragon Ball growing up,
thing.
like I liked
Dragon Ball's Japanese.
Yeah, but no, but like I've tried to watch Dragon Ball Z nowadays, and I can still watch old shit, but I can't watch the new stuff. And then like Castlevania on Netflix, fucking thought that shit was dope.
Castlevania,
yeah, Pacific Rim on Netflix, dope as fuck. Like I love that shit. Like that super American, like The Last Airbender, fire, so good, bro. I was watching that shit like a month ago. Like I finished the first season a month ago. Dope as fuck, so good. But I just
Isn't
like
that
actual.
what is that? Isn't that Chinese?
Avatar: Last Airbender?
Yeah, Avatar's. What is that? I don't think it's Japanese. I think it's might be Korean. Are you looking it up? I feel like I hear your keyboard clickety clacking, trying to figure out.
My hands
Fucking
actually aren't even on my keyboard. I got one under the desk, jacking off. The other is on my desk.
Yeah, it's my boy.
I'm trying to find the fucking invite for this game.
I think it's Chinese. I think it's Chinese, like written. Like the manga was originally written by a Chinese man. I don't know. I might just be just blowing shit out my ass, dude. As I do so often. I'm a shit blower, dude. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, American, Japanese, dude. Anime's anime when it comes to it. I think anime has a much bigger potential ceiling than live action anything does. Just in terms of what they're capable of being able to produce. I think is huge. Anytime they take anything that's animated, manga, or video game style, and they try to live action, dude, it just flops. All of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. And then you have Nintendo coming around and dropping an animated version of their video games as movies, and it does well. Look, I'm just saying the writing is on the wall. And I think anime is where it's at. Anime is where I end up, putting my time into, and I think the storytelling and the actual visuals and everything is just far more appealing. I'm trying to think about what you said and trying to see if I can offer at least a suggestion to you. I'm sure you've had suggestions thrown at you before, and but I'm just trying to figure this out. Actually being able to get into anime is such a good feeling, dude. Because there's just so much out there. There's literally lifetimes worth of content out there for people to watch and get into.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And my biggest issue with anime is actually over
So
sexualization is my issue.
Oh, yeah, and that's my biggest issue with anime. Like, I don't want to see fucking big old waifu titties and shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
I can just look at you want me to look at big waifu titties, dude? I can Google that right now and find some, right?
Hey,
That's
you
one
know
of
what
the
I
ones
heard?
wanted.
I heard Grey's Anatomy is One Piece for white women. I heard that, and I was like, I obviously never watched One Piece, but I know of One Piece and how it's just so long.
You know how it is. It's just it gathers a fan base, and then people enjoy it. Not to like say that it's not a good show. It's just once you're into it, dude, it's like a cult.
Yeah, I heard Grey's Anatomy is One Piece for white women.
That's funny. I didn't think that show was still going. Is that show still going?
Yes.
Holy fucking shit, dude. That's crazy. How do you maintain content like that?
From what my wife told me, there's not even a Grey in it anymore. Like, Grey was like a family name, but none of the Greys are in it anymore. And she's like, it's still called that because the hospital is the Grey Sloan Hospital. So I was like, it's Grey's Anatomy, but there's no Grey in it. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, you know what they did? They took a show that was dying because they were running out of content, and they're like, how do we extend this? Stretch it out, boys. And they're like, we named the hospital Grey. That is how we do it. Anyway, yeah, my biggest issue was over sexualization. That's why I stopped watching. Like Seven Deadly Sins got started with titties, and every half second was titties. So I stopped. Honestly, I stopped caring about it.
I believe it.
The very first one that I watched that really got me into it was Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. That one was really good.
I just walked right into fire in the fucking game. I'm so mad at myself.
You know how hard it is to have hold a full-on conversation while I'm like trying to carry this fucking team to victory?
It's all good, bro. We can leave the serious combo behind us right now.
That's fine. That's why we're talking about anime titties.
Well, that's serious shit.
Oh man. Anyway, no, it's just super cool. You know, being once you get into it, it's such a great feeling just to know that if you ever get bored, dude, you've got lifetimes worth of content. Like if you happen to not ever die, if you are immortal, you would still never finish all the anime.
I can believe it.
Like it's just absolutely fucking bonkers how much shit there is. It's you know, if you brought One Piece up, dude. There's been talks about it saying that One Piece has gotten to the point where it's so long that if you haven't gotten into it already, that you will never be able to catch up.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's literally how long it is. They well surpassed 1,000 episodes, which is fucking just crazy. I mean, you want to do some math, dude? 1,000 episodes. Each episode is on average what, 20 minutes long?
Nope. No, thank you.
That's 20,000 minutes worth of playing. Divide that by 60 for hours. Just trying to do this math here, man. While shooting people in the face.
I'm following you. All objectives secure. Objective Alpha is compromised. Changing max.
Alright, brother. Well, I'm gonna pop out of here. That we can get in this with my sister, play this game and shit.
Oh yeah, I saw you were playing Baldur's Gate, right? You popped that up?
I am, yep, for sure.
Dude, I don't need to spend money on another game.
No, don't do it right now, bro. But real talk, bro, it was great fucking talking to you again, man. I miss the shit out of you, Brendan.
100%, dude. I just miss having just people around, dude. And that's really what I need. It's so good for your mental health just to have people just talk.
Be able to talk to like-minded individuals and fucking talk about shit where there's no judgment and shit.
Just shoot the shit.
Yep. But what is it? Don't be a stranger, bro. Like I'm on all the fucking time. Anytime you're on, fucking, and I'll try and pop in the channel and shit like that. Look to see if you're streaming at night and shit. But
Oh,
yeah, don't be a stranger.
That's hot. I appreciate all the support, dude. I really do.
Absolutely, man.
Like,
I gave you the Twitch Prime sub too. So
Yeah, I saw, dude. Like all the support, anything possible, really just helps keep motivated.
yeah.
That's
Well, hey,
really
you were
that's
always
really
there
hard.
supporting me as much as you could when I was streaming. So it'd be kind of dickhead of me to not return the favor. So
Again, that's
but yeah,
not-
and one of these soon, bro. I would love to get together, fucking get the kids together and shit like that. Fucking even if it's just
absolutely.
like fucking meeting up at a park or something. So, all right, broski. It's good talking to you, man. Have a good rest of your night.
Oh, I will. My night just got started.
And so you still have my number, right?
I'm sure I do. It hasn't changed, right?
It hasn't changed, but I've got a
I
new
still have
phone.
it.
I don't have anybody's number. So.
I'll text you. That's fine. I got you on my phone for sure. I mean, I got a new phone too, but I got all the numbers still.
All right, awesome. All right, broski. Take care, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, can I focus? Please? Let me check this out. Are we out? Okay, we're out of here. Let me exit out of this then. That was cool. Let me turn this up so I can actually focus.
Objective Bravo.
Oh, that was a hit marker? I had to have hit him in the hand. Hand and arms.
We are taking Bravo. We control
I bet AP rounds would actually really help with that. Ooh, dude, he's pissed. He is upsetty.
UAV is orbiting the area. Our counter UAV is attacking. Counter UAV on station. Enemy is taking Bravo.
Oh, that's a teammate. Oh, did we flip?
UAV is only inbound. Enemy is taking Charlie.
I didn't even see that we flipped, dude.
Enemy took Bravo. Lost all. Securing objective Bravo.
I'm back out of there because he's gonna shoot again. I was just a little late.
Secure Bravo. We're losing ground. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Target area marked.
Solid copy. Real station. Scanning for Mission failed. Return to base.
Nah, it looks weak. That gun looks weak. Got fast fire rate, that's about it. That was a pretty good match to end on. 48 and 22. No, my KD's taking a hit for it. I don't really care. %50 accuracy, huh? I hit half of every shot that I take. I want to see that last match. I want this to update so I can see the last match.